Niners.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is his job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws it up plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Coming up on today's show, former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you're not able to listen to that interview today, you can check it out later on at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on
A little shimmy there.
Oh, I've been added that for a while.
Honestly, if I had to compare it to something, it looked a little bit like the end of Ray Lewis's Squirrel Dance.
I can see that.
A little bit like that. Oh, you brought the stuff.
Yeah, but we're doing it different today.
We
Differently.
are.
In segments. So
Okay.
you have a clean palate, so does Jay. He is the first of...
So Jason brings in via his brother, and this is like my favorite bit at the. Oh my God, this is my favorite bit at the station. Obviously, because it involves food. And what happens if you missed yesterday or you're not on YouTube, which you can go to YouTube, hit KHDK, and look and have fun. So his brother finds these exotic flavors of chips, like potato chips type of thing, and gives them to Jason, and then Jason brings them in for taste tests. We've done this for years,
Yeah.
and I love it. So here we are, and what we're doing differently, usually Jason just lays the bag out, and again, it's like, roasted deer and squirrel flambe.
And you guys go from 1 to 1. It's hard to tell
it
the
is.
difference. So I'm going to see if we can do it differently per segment, maybe.
All right, so
By the way, the barbecue squirrel was so underrated.
it really was, if I'm being honest. So what we have
Just
here,
a small little
you
bag.
brought baggies.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try now. How do we want to do this? We want to try and A, guess
See if
the
we can guess the
flavor,
flavor.
and then B, give a grade.
Either what?
This looks like it is a lay product.
I want to ask.
That's correct.
I want to ask in advance. Are any of these flavors going to be like, oh my God, my tongue is burning?
Yeah, should I get water?
Not
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Not yet.
Okay, you'll inform us.
All right. Chip number 1 at
We doing samesies?
6:03.
Yeah, you guys
I
have the
think we
same
should too. Ready? And
1, 2, 3. Kind of loses its luster towards the end.
Yeah, it was really good radio.
Yeah.
Quick hit of flavor.
Yeah. But dies pretty quickly.
Any
Also,
guesses?
probably need a second
another
because
one,
I had
yeah.
to burn the coffee out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Good.
Jay had toothpaste.
God, it's a fine chip.
It's okay.
I don't dislike it at all.
I don't love it.
I'm not gonna lie, I could eat a bag of these.
I can't get the taste. It goes away too quickly. Or the flavor, excuse me.
You turn your phone off. I have nothing.
I have nothing either.
It's not a barbecue.
No, it's like a sour cream and ranch, but it's missing one of those
It
two
really
elements.
kind of is a
sour cream.
It is, yeah, but it's not sour creamy.
Right.
It's like ranch.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I had to guess, I would
Ranch.
say
We'll go with ranch.
We're gonna go with ranch.
The final answer?
Yeah, we're
That's
landing
the
on
best
that.
we can do. Uh-oh. interesting. And by the way, may I say this? An absolute banger of a flavor idea. It just wasn't executed properly. BLT sandwich.
Oh.
Now, the problem here is if you increase the bacon powder by a form of about 25%.
I love these critiques. They're
You're
so.
You're on to something. If am I wrong? If you put in more bacon powder and you put a little of that,
Because I didn't get a lot of the bacon.
I didn't get any bacon. Even now. And
the lettuce makes sense though now that it's revealed.
Lettuce.
Yeah,
No, seriously, that's probably the lettuce. The LT is probably the most prominent with more lettuce than tomato.
Now, have you ever done those things online where it has you read the words and the words you're reading sound like what the person's saying, and then they change the words and now that sounds
Yes.
like okay. So what I like to do is after I know the flavor,
Now you feel like
now I
you're
try
tasting it.
one more to see if my taste buds are going to fool me.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I still get that ranchy taste.
It's like I get it now a little more. I do. I get it more, but I think
You're not sold.
I think if it's like I said, it's a good chip. I would eat these with a sandwich later. I 100% would. If I see these in
Would you put them in a BLT?
Yes.
honest to God, it'd probably be really good. Good texture. But I would just add, you know what, honestly, I think if you added in more bacon powder, now that I think about it, because there's a lot of, it's already salty enough.
You should write a letter to Lay's.
I really should. Should be my other job. What I would do is I would add in, instead of 25% more bacon powder, I'd put in 10% more smoke powder.
Oh.
A little more smoke, which would give you the bacon taste. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I enjoyed round one.
That was not bad. How many rounds are we going today? Several.
I'm gonna give it a
Is it like one per segment?
I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5.
I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
We will see how the rest do.
So bacon BLT sandwich 7.5. Probably.
Well, I guess total with ours it's a 7.25.
Yeah.
Oh, are we combining them?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said 7.5.
I said 7.
You said 7. All right. So we're gonna keep a mark here. Honestly, this should be good internet content too. Jojo Rose. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
How are you? Everything
Go
good?
get some water real quick. I need that.
Oh, yeah,
You want one?
Palate cleanser.
I got coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Wow, it needs a palate cleanser. I mean, honestly, when you go from toothpaste to that. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw a real quick, Jay. I saw a thing online I wanted to ask you guys today. Teeth brushing. Always curious about people's habits. Are you water on the toothbrush, toothpaste,
Yes.
water,
No, water toothpaste.
water, toothpaste, brush?
Yes.
Okay. Both of you are water,
Uh-huh.
toothpaste, brush. Because then there was also like just toothpaste on it, like all the
Oh,
options.
ow.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I'm water, toothpaste, a little bit of water.
I might be sometimes toothpaste on the brush and then water on the overall. Over
It's a
the top
heavy.
of
It's
that.
a heavy dose of water though. First,
100%. Because I really freak out about that. Like, someone once told me, and it really stuck in my head, that like your toothbrush is incredibly dirty. You know,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's like your phone. And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense because you brush your teeth and you get all this stuff out of your teeth, and then you rinse it. But like, are you really
Yeah.
like going through
Right.
the tines? And then like sometimes toothpaste will get on the shaft of the toothbrush. I don't know what you call it.
That's it.
Right. And
Yeah.
then, you know, it stays there. And I don't know what. So and by the way, if you're ever washing off your toothbrush and you're scrubbing it like with your hand under the water, it looks funny. Next time you do it, try it and realize it looks like something you don't want anyone to see you doing.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. We have a big show for you. I know I always say that, but hey, it's true. Big day in my world today. Later on this evening, in about just under 12 hours, my child is graduating.
Whoa.
I know. Do you remember when they were born?
Yeah.
And now Mason is graduating 8th grade.
Magoo.
Like, I'm so torn on this. First off, we're gonna go.
you got 2 high schoolers coming up.
I know. But how do we feel about 8th grade graduations?
Stupid. Same as
Yeah.
6th. Oh my God. My kid had a kindergarten graduation
Right.
last year. It was ridiculous.
And I want to ask all the kids, like, how were your finals? Did
Yeah.
you do well? Like,
What's it feel like going to the first grade?
Basically, show up, you advance.
right. Exactly. There's no, but
Not everyone's kid does that, Jason.
but here's the thing, like, did any of you guys have an 8th grade graduation?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't have an 8th grade
On a
graduation.
football field.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I was freaking Winston Churchill Junior High. I didn't get an 8th grade
Yeah,
graduation.
we had one.
Winston
I mean,
wasn't about that life.
It wasn't a big deal, but we had one.
So now we do it in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 6th and 8th grade.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I mean, we had like we had a,
Nothing for high school.
we had a picnic, a 6th grade picnic. I remember that at Mission Avenue. We had a picnic, and it was like, hey,
Good eats?
good luck. Hey, hamburgers, hot dogs. Of
Yeah,
course they were.
at 12. Yeah, that's iconic.
On one hand, I'm like, this is stupid. But-
you said that in 6th grade
No,
or
no,
now?
no. I'm saying now. But then on the other hand, I'm like, I don't know. Is it really hurting the? Like, it isn't good for kids. Like, they get to, yay, they're so happy, and like my son's miserable. He doesn't want any part of this.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Oh, he's not the walk across the stage type, is he?
no. And we're having another issue with. It's not an issue, but like, so we went. I told you about Sunsplash, right?
Uh-huh.
I forgot to tell you. So
There's an additional
No,
$30
there is,
charge
there
for a
is.
locker.
So there's a he's a ginge. He's got the red hair.
Yeah, we've noticed.
Yeah. But like, so growing up, what we've had to do is we basically have to lather him up in sunscreen,
Yeah.
and he has to wear a swim shirt, right, to go out to do the thing. But that was when he was a baby or like a kid.
Yeah, you don't have to do that now.
But he goes to Sunsplash now. He's got to wear a swim shirt.
Why?
I don't know, but that's how he's comfortable.
Okay.
And I don't know what to do about that. Like, on one hand, I'm like, hey, if it makes you happy, can't be that bad, Sheryl Crow. But then on the other hand, I'm like, did I give you a complex here? What's going on? Do I need to step in and like, hey, buddy? It's like, what if they?
Does Dad need to take his swim shirt off too?
Well, no. Well, I wear a leotard. One of those, like old wrestling outfits.
Yes.
All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's lead it off. We got baseball. We got general managers going bye-bye and so much more. It's a big sports day. Sit back, relax. We got you till 10 right here on SactownSports.com.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
Guys on other teams, when they look at the Sacramento Kings, they feel that this is a fun brand of basketball to play.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Franklin Rosen with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything from living rooms to sofas to sectionals to dining rooms to home offices and so much more. And while you're there at Naturewood Home Furnishings, don't miss the parking lot clearance featuring drastically reduced closeouts, floor samples, and discontinued items now up to 50% off and more. Right now at the Naturewood Memorial Day sale, you can save in the store and in the parking lot. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
So we're going to get a drink maybe on the way home. I don't know that answer, and I guess I don't need to know that answer. I'm in a narrow lane because I love basketball so much. But I don't know. I've never really stopped going. I went right from an agent to this. I went to law school at night after college. I just my whole life it's been like, maybe it'll be good for me to sit still. I don't know how good I'll be at it, but I've actually never done it and maybe figure some things out.
Bob Myers, the former president of basketball operations for the Golden State Warriors, he has said bye-bye. And we got this news at the very end of the show yesterday, so we haven't had a big opportunity to talk about this. Jason, they say sometimes when you're analyzing something, the first thing you should do is go for the obvious.
Yeah.
And isn't the obvious that listen, I don't think anybody needs to have an excuse to step away, especially if they've been successful. He wants to spend time with his family. If he just wants to like go on cruise ships and get the really expensive seats, like who cares? Like who cares? He's done it and it's his right. But don't you? There's a part of me that goes, Bob Myers knows, like he's not an idiot. The really hard stuff is about to happen, and why not get out on a high note? That's it. Like he don't want any part of this. He knows the Draymond thing's going to happen. He knows there's infighting with Joe Lacob and power struggles between ownership and the front office. He knows Kirk Lacob, the owner's son, is sitting there in all the meetings and all the stuff that's coming up. Klay Thompson's overpaid and too old. Jordan Poole, terrible contract. Steph Curry ain't getting younger. Like, do you really want to be a part of this? No.
Yeah, maybe it's and could it be a combo of all of that? Like, hey, look, I helped build this, but I also know what's ahead. I know how difficult it's going to be. Maybe there is a difficult owner in there too, with his sons in the background. It just could be a combo of almost all of that.
I think it probably is.
Yeah.
And I think it's incredibly strange that they didn't name a successor yesterday. Like, you didn't know this was coming. They're playing it like I just found out yesterday. Well, even if you found out yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I 1,000,000,000% don't believe. Like Joe Lacob got the alert from Woj.
Yeah.
So I 100% don't believe that. But let's just roll with it. Let's say you found out yesterday. You certainly knew it could happen. You certainly
his contract was up.
His contract was up. You've offered him deals. You've asked him to stay. He said no. He takes you all the way up to the press conference, and then that morning he's like, I'm not gonna do it. No. And then they have like his picture and all this stuff prepared. Like, first off, they're full of garbage. Secondly, it's coming. How did you not name a successor?
Mm-hmm.
And the only possible fathomable reason I can think that you didn't name a successor is if you're going outside the club for a successor, you don't want to leak it. But again, I'm getting too conspiracy here, because if I come to you, Jason, I say, hey, I'm Joe Lacob, I want you to be the new guy, but you can't say a word, or I'm not giving you the job. Guess what? You're not talking. So I don't know what the deal is here. It sounds like they're hiring from within. It sounds like it's going to be either and or both Dunleavy Jr. and Kirk Lacob, Joe's son.
Mm-hmm.
I would be mildly. It seems like Dunleavy is the favorite, but honestly, I still think it's going to be Kirk.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
It's a big job.
It is a big job, and if I'm a Warriors fan right now, I'm a little nervous.
I would be nervous.
Number two. Hey, number two. Why not number two?
Cut number 2.
Fly ball to center. This should do it. G1 Bay gloves it. The Renegade saves it and raise the Jolly Roger. The Bucks defeat the Giants.
Huh?
I don't know anything of what he said other than the Bucks defeat the Giants.
Yeah.
Something about a Jolly Roger, which isn't that a candy?
Yeah, Jolly Rogers. Strawberry is the best flavor.
Yeah, raise the Jolly Rancher, whatever it is.
And the roof.
Apparently, Pittsburgh beat the Giants.
Yes, cooled them off.
Yeah, cooled them off. 11-14. Look out, and
are the Giants done? 3-3-9, 11-40.
A little bit of a pitcher's duel in this one. 2-1.
Hey, how about that?
Quick game. 2-1's your final, and 2 of the 3 runs were scored in the first inning. And then after that, it was
could have gone home.
Yeah, could have gone home. Run in the 5th, top of the 5th for the Pirates, and that was it. So an incredibly boring game out in San Francisco. A game in which there was a home run, and that was by the Pirates. That was Connor Joe, former San Francisco.
Hey,
Giant. Connor Joe. Yep. And that's it. Our guy, John Brebbia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got the start.
Lowered his ERA to 3.97.
Okay.
Well, actually, maybe he didn't. I'm sorry. I assumed he was actually 2/3 of an inning. He was opening and gave up that earned run.
Oh.
Then Sean Manaea came in, former A, four innings and no earned. Just gave up the 1 run, but it was an unearned run, and that proved to be the difference. So the Giants now fall to 28-27. Guys, we'll talk about this later, but at 28-27 with 56 games gone, does this change the way the Giants are going to go into the trade deadline?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, we need to break that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Big swing.
Huge swing. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Now turns, here it is. And it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws to the plate, and too late. And the A's have won it. Seth Brown scores from third. The Braves aren't convinced. They're thinking about a challenge here. Initially, it looked like if Riley fields that ball cleanly, he might have a chance for a double play. There's not going to be a challenge, and the A's win it 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth.
What if I told you the Oakland Athletics are tied for the fourth hottest team in baseball right now?
Would you believe?
Would you believe they are, if you just simply go by winning streak, they're tied for the fourth hottest team in baseball.
I think they're just 22 out of the wild card.
They are, as a matter of fact. And let's take a look at that, Jason, the wild card standings and where the A's are right now, because it looks like they may have figured something out. They're a couple out still. Looks like 21 and a half.
Oh, sorry, A's.
Lot of season left.
True.
Hey,
does this change whether or not the A's are going to be buyers or
Great
sellers
point,
at
Jay.
the deadline?
all right. So,
Also, real quick,
yeah.
was it me or could probably everybody that was in attendance last night hear Korak's call?
Oh, absolutely. and I think it should
Keep
be
it down, Ken.
right. Ken, you're too excited.
Well, loud.
I think it can be said here that no matter how disgusting the A's are as an organization, ball club, specifically ownership, Ken Korak doesn't change.
Oh, he's the man.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Ken Korak is. It's like you stop and you almost feel for him, but knowing Ken, he's just like, I'm calling baseball games.
Yeah, I'm a pro.
I'm a pro, and that's what I do. If the Oakland Athletics were to somehow turn things around this year and win the World Series, where would that rank in like all-time sports stories?
As far as like upsets go, has to be number one.
Yeah.
Right?
It has to be.
Like number one all-time. Like,
yes, not even
are we
close.
forgetting like the amazing Mets or whatever?
No,
something
this
before
is
our
different.
time?
Yeah, because we're talking about them being the worst team in the history of baseball.
Yeah.
Over 100 years.
Yeah.
And if they came back and won it all, yeah.
What if they just made the playoffs as a wild card?
Still pretty incredible.
Yeah. I'm pulling for it.
Okay.
I say, why not?
Yeah.
You know what? Why not the A's?
Good point.
Why not the A's?
Can I tell you why?
Huh.
Let's say that happens, right?
Yeah.
And there's a game at the Coliseum.
Uh-huh.
You see Fisher sitting front row in all of his A's gear. How's that going to make you feel?
Oh, my God. He wouldn't go. What about this?
I don't know, man. That guy's got a lot of like
the A's
nerve.
The A's are 12 and 45. If the A's were to turn their season around enough to finish 500, just 500, does Mark Kotsay win Manager of the Year?
Probably should.
Yeah, I would.
I know.
think.
I just like throwing these hypotheticals out with the A's. If
at least Manager of the Month,
right?
One of the months,
Yeah.
right? Pick one.
If the A's did turn it around and win the World Series, do you think that stops them from going to Las Vegas?
Nope.
No. We got to get into that a little bit.
I think they play the World Series in Las Vegas.
Damn you.
In like the T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah.
Put it
all the
indoors.
sites.
All of them.
Rotating sites.
Just go all the arenas, couple of fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Nah, they sneak into Allegiant while Mark Davis is getting his haircut.
One hotel.
Dude, how sick would baseball be at Allegiant Stadium, though? For real.
The Roomba?
Sick.
Yeah, just sick.
Super gross.
Just the Roomba Stadium. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out, fun at the Coliseum yesterday, and it wasn't just walk-off singles. It was fans getting involved. The Padres, well, not coming soon to a TV near you. And let's talk about 16-year-olds in baseball. What were you doing at 16? Probably not what Ethan Salas is doing. We'll get to that next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
Are you looking for a solar company that can do it all? Well, look no further than ACR Solar and Home Services. With over 40 years of experience serving the community, ACR Solar is the name you can trust for quality, value, and integrity. Now, that means you can rely on the fact that your solar system will be installed accurately with high efficiency and maintained throughout its lifespan, ensuring dependable performance. What sets ACR Solar and Home Services apart from the rest? Well, for starters, they handle everything in-house with no third-party contractors. But that's not all. ACR Solar is all about customizing solutions to meet your unique needs. Whether you're a homeowner or business owner, ACR Solar has the expertise to design and install a solar system that's tailored just for you. And if you need other services like roofing, battery backup, or pool solar, ACR Solar and Home Services has got you covered there too. So what are you waiting for? Take control of your energy bills and start saving big with ACR Solar and Home Services. Contact them today and let them help you make the switch to solar. Just go to acrsolar.com.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at acuraofstockton.com.
Dazzling decal on Daisy's Donuts window. Bold banner at Barry's Barbershop. Prominent poster at Penny's on Park Place.
This is your sign. Well, signs. To try Staples and see the difference. Get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more.
From Staples, and I couldn't miss it.
N617. Visit staplesconnect.com/printbig for details.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is this job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws to the plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Coming up on today's show, former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you're not able to listen to that interview today, you can check it out later on at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sports.
Oh, a song. All right, we got round 2 here before we get to Safer Out. Again, Jason bringing in exotic chips via his brother. This is round 2. Last round was Lay's BLT flavor, which we gave a 7 and 7.5 respectively. These look like a different color of Cheeto.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, these are Cheeto.
You have the correct
company
and brand.
All right, so these are I've only had Cheetos and Flamin' Hot Cheetos and like Cheetos Puffs.
Same.
I've never had an alternate Cheeto.
Okay.
This is almost like a nacho cheese flavor. You ready? Here we go. Great.
Good crunch.
Ooh. Great crunch and a burst of flavor.
This was
Is this a Cool Ranch Cheeto?
Received well, I thought.
What is that at the end?
Is this a Cool Ranch Cheeto?
I think that's
incorrect.
No, damn it.
I think that's a terrible guess, is what I was going to say. Is that dill?
That is.
It's dilly. Dilly at the end. Something dillish.
These are really good.
Is that a spice at the end, too? Am I getting a little spice in the back of the tongue?
These are delicious.
They're fantastic. I want a big bag of these, and I want to take a bath in them.
Hey.
What?
What are your guesses?
Well, you shot mine down.
You said ranch?
Cool Ranch.
It's like a lemony dill.
Stop doing that.
What, this?
Yeah, it's driving me nuts.
Like Mike Brown doing a presser with the gum.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah. There's a spice in there that I can't place, and I think it's dill, but it's not. I don't know. I'm going to go with lemon dill Cheetos. I know it's.
And Jay, you're just going to stick with ranch, I guess?
Cool Ranch. Come on.
Oh. It wasn't dill. It was cilantro, Mexican street corn.
These are good.
That's lime I'm tasting, not lemon. That's what fooled me. And it wasn't dill, or it wasn't dill, it was cilantro.
So, score for Mexican street corn.
I'm gonna give it, gosh, I don't like giving out 10s.
No, it's not.
The 10 has to be like Jesus is spotlighting me with a Cheeto, and I'm saved.
Definitely not happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9.
I was gonna go 9 as well.
So wow, I'm gonna give it a 9. That is
really
good. That is a fantastic aura. I believe you could also call it an elote flavor as well, is what they say back.
Thank you, Kyle Ledbetter.
All right, so Mexican street corn. Big,
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real.
Really
you know
Probably
what?
should have played that one last.
Yeah, this was good job, Chester.
Yeah.
Jason, you've already tried all these two?
I've tried the two. Yes, that you've.
What did you think of this one?
I like this one. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
more to come.
I'd say that one's safe, by the way.
100% safe. All right. Yeah, safe or out right now.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, safe or out.
Question one. Oh, what do you say? Brought to you by
Mexican
Chips.
street corn Cheetos.
Yeah, there you go.
Get yourself some today.
Hey, a video leaked online of a young fan hopping onto the field at the Oakland Coliseum, running the bases, and everyone was being totally cool with it. Safe or out, this will be the best story of the A's season.
Yeah.
Best meaning happiest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Safe.
Oh, wow.
Safe. You're going to have a walk-off here and there.
Not as good.
And, they're going to have the drama from the A's move and all that, but best, most fun. By the way, I want to know
heartfelt, kid-like baseball moment.
I want to know what happened to the kid.
I mean, the video we see, he goes all the way around, and kind of there's a few people like, hey.
Right.
And then he just jumps into the stands, and then it's like, where does he go?
But that's the thing. It's not like he's going to blend in with the crowd.
Right.
So I want to know, did they find him and remove him, or did he get to watch? Did he truly get off scot-free? And
I think he did, by the way.
You think he got off scot-free?
Yes, I do.
And how did scot-free originate anyways? What does that even mean? Scot-free.
So, scot-free
Why isn't
in
it bill-free?
1774
Oh, scot-free.
was an outlaw.
I gotcha.
And
Scot-free Jake.
He robbed the bank.
Yeah. He robbed the bank, and he got off for free. He didn't have to pay an attorney or anything, so that's how he became scot-free.
Always wondered if Scott was short for something. Now it all makes sense.
Scottish.
Scott, yes. Gotcha. Jason?
I'm going to go out. It's not going to be the best.
Really?
Like,
well,
how do you top that?
I'm a little bit, now I'm going to be like, part of me was really cool because it was. I mean, like, I think, but I was a little surprised you took that angle too, Dave, because look, nothing happened.
Yeah.
But something could have happened.
Oh, I see where you're going. Let me be incredibly clear.
Like
I don't
30 years ago, no, 50 years ago, like, cute. Like everybody's cheering.
Yeah.
Now you can't be on the field.
No, I 100% do not condone it. I 100% don't condone it.
Kind of condoned it.
No, I didn't condone it. I'm just saying that's how bad this season is.
Yeah.
Is that breaking law and like honest to God, tase the guy.
Was that 12?
Now that'll
teach
would
him
be
a
the
lesson.
best moment of the
Yes.
season.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely.
12-year-old
You're out of here.
tased at the A's game. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying hurt him. Just like one of the little tasers.
Oh, mini
Just enough
tase.
to bring,
taser.
enough to bring him down.
Teen tase.
Rope him up like one of them calves at the
Wow.
rodeo, and Put him out. Do like
Kid will be in therapy at 13.
Oh, you know what? Kid's parents should have stopped him from going on the
Look at
field.
you now doing a complete heel turn.
Well, Jason kind of got to me now. I mean, listen, it's a fun story because he got away with it.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't have gotten away with it.
Right. At least give him a glove, make him play shorts.
Number 2.
Couldn't do any worse.
No, it's true.
Safe or out?
The Padres are the latest MLB team whose regional sports network has failed to make a payment and no longer has the right to air the team's games. Safe or out, eventually, all of the 30 teams' television will be under MLB control.
I'm going to say safe, and I'm going to amend what you said because I do think they'll be under team control and by proxy baseball control. But I do think eventually each team. And by the way, let's go back to the late 80s. I even remember in Giants Vision, where once upon a time there was early pay-per-view for Giants games. And I'm sure other teams had this too. I think they're going to end up going back. And by the way, let's pull the curtain back. I think it's going to be the same for the NBA. Well, we're in a contract with the Kings right now that we just re-signed. We're super happy to do it. I don't think that's going to be that way in 10 years or less. I think eventually every team is going to, because they get paid for the rights, but then they have no control or little control. Yeah. I think eventually every team's going to have their own app, their own broadcast. They're going to control everything, and then they're going to sell all the advertising through it and keep all the money.
Right.
And just I think they do it right now because they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
But
things are changing.
Things are changing. Yeah. It's a different world. I think this is actually going to be more of the norm for all teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll say safe as well, but I think it's not right away. It's going to take some time, but maybe the Padres are spending all their money on their players and not on their television.
No, their television won't spend money on them.
They're not spending on winning.
Maybe, win some games. Maybe your TV partner will pay for games. Look at the Kings. Yeah. Don't miss a payment in a year because they're good.
Ever. Kings, good credit. Number 3.
Safe or out?
16-year-old Ethan Salas made his single-A debut with the Padres affiliate in Lake Elsinore last night, finishing with a single and a double. Safe or out? The 16-year-old phenomenon will be one of the biggest names in baseball over the next 5 years.
I mean, I'm going to say out because of the odds.
Yeah.
I'm certainly rooting for him, but it makes me think of a different kind of question here. So, for the record, out. Why aren't we hearing about 16-year-old Drake Johnson who made his debut for the Sactown Kings? Why is it okay that baseball can go grab a 13-year-old from somewhere?
16, come on.
No, but I'm saying in general they have. You'll sign kids. Why is it that international soccer can put 9-year-olds in their academies and stuff, but in basketball they're like, nope, you have to have a year of college. I don't.
The rules.
It's the rules. And I'm not entirely sure if basketball's doing it right.
Yeah.
Or everybody else is. But I'm not a huge fan of preventing anyone from working unless it's like a 12-year-old wanting to go in the military type of thing.
Yeah, it's not good.
But I'm rooting for the kid.
And I don't know this to be a fact, but it feels like baseball, and not recently, but maybe 15, 20 years ago, over time, it felt like we've had more watch out for this prospect, and then
absolutely.
Nothing happens.
The Solomon Torres effect is what Giants fans call it. Yes.
Brian Taylor, so many Todd Van. I mean, Ben Papa made the majors, but just
Ben McDonald.
A lot of those guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's more. I mean, have you ever gone down the rabbit hole? I'm sure Jay has. Have you ever gone down the? You're just a sick bastard this way, but I am too in a sense. Have you ever gone back and looked at past baseball drafts?
Yes.
Just back to the mid '80s.
And LOL, number 4 pick. Makes it to AA.
It's really shocking how many in the top
plumbers.
10. Yeah, exactly. Or just it doesn't happen for them. So you know what? 16 years old, good for him. I was doing stupid stuff at 16. This kid's playing minor league baseball. I had a kid.
Yeah, I was playing high school. Still there.
Yeah.
Getting a hit every 5th game.
Yeah. Scored 4 touchdowns for Polk High.
Ben McDonald, number 1 pick, folled by Tyler Houston.
Anybody ever remember
Roger Skeld, Jeff Jackson,
okay, so
Donald Harris, Paul Coleman. Do you know any of these guys?
I'm saying,
that's reading. The top 6 picks in the '89 draft.
Keep going until we recognize a guy.
Frank Thomas at 7.
Oh, well. Okay.
But after that, Earl Cunningham, Kyle Abbott.
Earl was great.
I know Charles Johnson.
Owner of the Giants. Yeah. Do anybody remember Ben McDonald at LSU and how dominant he was?
Yeah, he could pitch baseball well.
Do you remember the very unique thing Ben McDonald had going on at LSU?
His uncle.
Ben McDonald had 1 sideburn.
What?
That was his look. He had a sideburn. Yeah, it's a little weird. That's probably why he didn't make it.
Probably.
When we get back, I've never tasted him, but apparently Scottie Pippen is salty, according to Jay Mars. I don't know what that means. I don't understand all your lingo, Jay, but we'll find out what's got Scottie Pippen so salty. We'll do it next.
The 49ers 2023 schedule is out and filled with big matchups.
The 49ers start the season with a Week 1 showdown in Pittsburgh.
At home in Week 5 against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
And a Week 13 NFC Championship game rematch with the Eagles.
San Francisco! Plus, get every 49ers game this season on Sactown Sports. Visit SactownSports.com for the latest team news and a full schedule breakdown.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone.
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? Prioritize your health and address those issues you've been ignoring. Revive Men's Health Sacramento has guaranteed low T and ED solutions. Book your free exam and T-check today and save $199. And find out how you can get a free 1-month supply of custom ED medication. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com today.
Quick Quack Car Wash is excited to announce Ceramic Duck, the stronger, shinier, luckier car wash experience that can only be found at Quick Quack. Their new Ceramic Duck car wash provides unparalleled protection from dirt, grime, rain, and UV rays while giving your car a noticeably deeper shine and smoother finish. With consistent use, you'll build a shine that will have you looking spectacular for days. Try the premium wash at 50% off by texting DUCK to 41284. So come on, experience Ceramic Duck today. You and your car will be glad you did.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Now through Memorial Day, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
First thing I'll say about Scottie Pippen is that he has like a disarmingly, incredibly deep voice.
Yes.
Always gets me whenever I hear him talk.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen is a good basketball player.
Okay. I feel like you're going to put something else on the end of that.
That's the whole segment.
Okay.
I don't know what he's getting out of this. Like,
I don't either.
I don't know.
Attack on Michael Jordan.
Right. Like
besides silly attention like this.
Well, it all started with The Last Dance where he thought he wasn't portrayed correctly, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and I thought it was okay on him. I mean, I didn't look at it in a negative way. The whole thing was just so good, so well done.
Honestly, I'd be very curious to talk to. I don't know if he's recovered from his Celtics or not. But Jason, the director of The Last Dance, friend of the show, be really curious to see what the interaction with Scotty was like and what his take would be on all of this. Because, sometimes, I mean, maybe he didn't. Maybe he wasn't portrayed. I don't know how you don't portray a guy correctly. I mean, editing and stuff, but it's all out there. I think the biggest knock on Scotty in his playing career, if I remember correctly, the one thing that always chased him was the migraine and not going in the game.
Right.
And I'm really split on that, dude. On one hand, like if I knew for a fact he had a migraine, if that my problem is not going back in the game with a migraine. I'm a migraine sufferer. If you have a bad migraine, you can't open your eyes, much less play basketball. My question is, did he actually have a migraine or was he pouting? That's where it stands for me. But now he's coming out, and let's give you the clip here. He's talking about Michael Jordan and not saying great things.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
Okay, I purposely had not heard the clip until because I wanted to hear it for the very first time on the show, so I've avoided it on Twitter. Am I off by saying that in that context, I don't necessarily have a...
It played differently than I read it. I'll say it that way.
Let's slow down on the whole he was a horrible player thing.
Well, he says it.
He does, and I think that's what people are... I think that's what people are holding on to, and I completely get that. Okay, first off, Michael Jordan was not a horrible player, far from it. Secondly, I think I would love to have Scotty sitting where you are right now and say, Scotty, would you have maybe rather have said he had like horrible success compared to what happened? I was young when Jordan came up, but old enough to remember that Jordan was scoring 63 on the Celtics, but he lost. Jordan was a one-on-one guy. Jordan was a guy taking a ton of shots a game. But I think Michael would probably argue, yeah, stupid, because I'd pass it over to the plumber in the corner or the custodian over here.
I was going to say, when your other starters are Dave Corzine and Kyle Macy, Jordan averaged almost 32 points in his first 3 seasons in the league pre-Scotty and 3 All-Star appearances.
Not horrible. Now, did Michael Jordan learn to play the team game once he had teammates? Did Phil Jackson bring them together and take them at a higher level? Does Michael Jordan win a championship without Scottie Pippen, without the team around him? No, I agree with that. Probably not. He had a very good team around him. They say what you want about Jerry Reinsdorf and company, and you can say a lot, but plugging Rodman in there, Jordan, Pippen, Horace Grant, hell, Luke Longley,
Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
DJ Armstrong.
They knew what they were doing, and Michael Jordan had the ability to role play out everybody but Pippen. And by the way, Phil Jackson, probably the most masterful coaching job we've ever seen in the NBA, not just coaching with Tex Winter, but controlling those egos.
Yeah, but none of it also happens without Jordan.
That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, they need all of the entities.
Yes.
I mean, the team game part, he's right, but to call him a horrible player, that just went too far.
I understand. I first off, you're 100% correct.
I could say maybe he was tough to play with. I could see that. I could see, did he take some tough shots? Sure. But what scorer doesn't do that?
That's right.
I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, his usage, his self-usage alone. I mean, he was Michael Jordan is arguably, and most think, the greatest player of all time. And that aside, Michael Jordan is ringless if he doesn't have. I mean, honestly, guys, give me some examples of. I'm not saying there aren't out there, but do we have one guy led championships? Like one guy?
No.
One. Of course, there's going to be 5, but
I get what you're saying, where there's just one dominant player and a bunch of plumbers, right?
Right.
In that context. No.
I feel like Jordan's the closest. Now, he had Pippen.
Who's a top 50 guy.
Horace Grant was an all-star. B.J. Armstrong made an all-star team. Rodman was really good.
But I also feel like he made them, though.
I
without him, without the winning, those guys aren't all-stars.
I think it's 100%. Like, I disagree with you 0, but I also think it's a chicken and egg.
Right.
I think that Michael Jordan does not achieve the success he has and win the rings he got without this amazing team around him.
Yeah.
I also think that if B.J. Armstrong was drafted, if Scottie Pippen was drafted by the Kings instead of the Sonics, by the way, shout out OP for that trade. And Scottie played that same time.
Yes, OP traded himself.
Yes, he did. Well, here, let me just throw it out there. Scottie Pippen drafted by the Kings. Scottie Pippen plays 10 years of his career with the Kings.
With Mitch Richmond or not with Mitch Richmond?
It's everything else is the same. Is Scottie in the Hall of Fame?
It's tough to say.
I don't think so. I don't think he is. I think he's in the Hall of Good. And maybe I'm wrong, but he certainly did.
He's in the Hog.
He doesn't have the yes. He doesn't have anywhere near the career he had.
And what, in your mind, do you think most people, again, this is a total generalization, would say, why is Jordan the greatest player of all time? Like, what's the why on that?
The 6 rings.
Okay.
Combined with the combination, but he is in a
But
very...
people have won more rings.
Sure. Bill Russell, Sam, what's his face?
Robert Rory.
Yeah. By the way, I found out... Oh, never mind. We're getting to that later. Kareem. I think it's really the combination of the scoring, the defense, the championships,
the quote unquote changing the game.
The carrying the torch from Magic and Larry. And
doesn't sound like a horrible player.
The brand, no, not at all.
Yeah, I think he's good.
But also,
I would have took him on the Kings.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, Michael Jordan, though. The one thing about Michael, it's just so weird. Like what Jay said, which is the narrative, which is, Michael saved the game.
Yeah.
Michael did not save.
I thought Magic and Bird did.
Magic and Bird did.
He advanced it.
He took it to 100%. A whole different level.
Yeah.
But if it's not for Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, when those games the finals were on tape delay, when the Phoenix Suns are doing cocaine off the bench, when there's all the crap going on, the NBA is on its way.
Come on, man.
No, dude, like
I know.
I'm just saying, bro, they had problems. And you get these 2 rookies coming in year after the other that had that college rivalry. That Larry Bird as we go to break, here's a Larry Bird and Magic Johnson are the Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner of MMA. They literally saved leagues based on those 2 personalities and careers. So Michael Jordan took the torch, though, dude, and Scottie Pippen needs to relax. We'll take a break. When we come back, Bob Myers is going to relax. He's out in Golden State. We'll go inside as much as we can with that next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
A baseball is traveling nowadays 105 miles per hour. Every other job that requires that much precision has been handed over to technology. Why not with umpires?
Well, first of all, I don't know about you. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. And I'm not a big fan of let's give the human jobs to the robots because I don't want the robots to be my overlords. We're already halfway there and we don't need any more of that.
This is not the beginning of Terminator. This is baseball, okay?
That's what they said at the beginning of Terminator.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Pain is not normal. Repeat, pain is not normal. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here with the Good Feet Store. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the workday and the pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back is unrelenting. Good Feet understands that you've likely already tried assorted remedies and solutions with no relief. And now you're pretty much resigned to living with the pain. But do not give in to the pain. Instead, come to the Good Feet store for their end-to-end 3-step arch support system. Good Feet is the nation's largest manufacturer and retailer of personalized arch supports. With arch supports in over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities, and an arch support specialist in each store. Come in today for a free no-obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk around the store or around the center. Experience the comfort, balance, and support possible with the Good Feet system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now in Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Many driving ranges have turned to hitting mats, with many of them using mats year-round. But according to Golf Top 100 teacher Martin Chuck, hitting off mats can give you a false sense of security, giving you the impression that you're a decent ball striker. There are a couple of ways to make sure you get the most out of your practice, and he shares them in Golf Magazine. First, approach the ball with purpose. Treat every shot like you would on the course. Stand behind the ball and visualize what you want the ball to do. Then walk in and go through the same routine you use during a round on the golf course. Second, try the towel drill. To make certain you aren't skipping the club head into the ball, place the towel a few inches behind the ball and try not to hit the towel on the downswing. This will help promote ball first contact. If you disturb the towel, then you know you're hitting the ground too early. Ball first contact is imperative. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is this job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer. to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws it up plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Coming up on today's show, former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you're not able to listen to that interview today, you can check it out later on at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, this is a busy segment. We got a lot to get to. We got to get to Bob Myers here in a second. Want to thank the text line at 916-339-1140. We always shout out the YouTubers, never or rarely shout out the texters.
There's a reason for that.
Well, you know, we forgot about Craig Hodges. How you forget about Craig Hodges?
Hodges.
The Bulls. On. 3-point shooter extraordinaire, 3-point champ.
Cliff Livingston?
We can, list Bulls.
No, he was the guy that, what time is it? Game time. Like, that was his role. He did it really well.
It's a good role.
It's a great role.
Or who is it? Jimmy Butler doesn't call them role players. He calls them teammates. Okay. Was that Jimmy that said that?
Sure.
Secondly, I don't want to ruin it because I think I know how old he is, but I didn't peek. But I do know today, coming up in celebrity birthdays later today, it's a big one. Clint Eastwood is coming up today.
107.
I know the decade. I will just say, one of my favorite segments that I hate is movies Jay hasn't seen. I'm pretty sure it goes without saying you've never seen the movie Heartbreak Ridge.
No.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood, you?
No.
Clint Eastwood, Heartbreak Ridge.
I don't think so.
Mario Van Peebles.
No.
Yeah. It's a war movie, but
The guy from Saved by the Bell?
Yes.
Was he in Saved by the Bell?
Mario Van Peebles?
Oh, I don't know. Anyways,
Good one,
yeah, the first 2/3 of that movie, some of the best writing. The lines, it's a comedy, and Clint Eastwood is very funny when he wants to be.
Okay.
Quite. In fact, the
just
opening,
like in Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Can we do the chips real quick, please? These have been staring at me for 20 minutes.
I'm going to keep resetting this. Jason, through his brother, has exotic chip flavors he brings in once a year. We've had
twice, my birthday and Christmas, so
twice.
It's like spread out like 6 times. Yeah, or 6 months.
The first one was BLT, Lay's BLT.
You guys liked?
Yeah, we gave that 7.5. We really enjoyed the Cheetos Mexican street corn. Gave that 9s.
Okay. We peaked at that, I think.
This is this looks like a Pringle.
Correct.
Okay.
Good call.
Thank you.
Good work.
All right, Jay, you ready?
Yep.
Do you like doing it this way, by the way?
I
like
do.
The spread out?
This is a good setup.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's got a kick.
I don't know what the hell that is. It does have a kick.
Spicy marinara.
It's not a terrible guess.
Yeah, I like that guess, Jay.
I'm going to go with like fire roasted tomato.
Okay. You guys are close, I think. Enchilada.
Oh, okay.
Abodaba.
Adabada.
But it's basically like enchilada flavor.
Adabada. I will tell you this. I'm not a Pringles guy.
Really?
Well, because somebody once told me there's no potatoes in Pringles. I don't know why that messed with
That
me.
changed things.
You have yet. Usually, there's a couple of flavors where you're just like, oh God, this is terrible. Why would you make this? This is the XFL of potato chips. But
so far, so good.
7 for me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm going to go with a 7. That you know what? That's the exact right grade, Jay.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a 7 for
no failures.
So
far, it's failed yet. No.
I do consider myself a lover of all things Latin cuisine. I don't know what adabada is.
Place for the heat.
Adabada. I thought that was a city, wasn't it?
No, Bam Adebayo. Starting center.
Bam Adebayo. Who plays for the Miami Heat, who are in the NBA Finals.
Yes, they are.
where the Warriors are not. And Bob Myers, not this year. Bob Myers says he is out at Golden State. And here's a little bit of what he said.
Well, my wife said we're going to get a drink maybe on the way home. I don't know that answer, and I guess I don't need to know that answer. I'm in a narrow lane. Because I love basketball so much, but I don't know. I've never really stopped going. I went right from an agent to this. I went to law school at night after college. I just my whole life it's been like, maybe it'll be good for me to sit still. I don't know how good I'll be at it, but I've actually never done it and maybe figure some things out.
I mean, here's the thing with Bob Myers. It's going to be really strange for him.
Yeah.
You got to think.
Right away it will be. He could get used to that after a while, but he won't be used to it right away.
He grew up in the Bay Area. He grew up in Danville. Just some background on him so we all kind of understand where he lettered in basketball, Monte Vista High School. He went on to be an agent after he's a UCLA guy.
Yes, he is.
Went on to be an agent. In fact, one of his clients was Tyreek Evans, amongst others, along with Brandon Waugh and Kendrick Perkins. And then he was hired as an assistant GM under Larry Riley, but he was promoted to GM in 2012 after only 12 months. So he's been a part of a lot of this. I think Jerry West should get most of the credit for laying the groundwork, but Bob Myers certainly accentuated that, watered the garden, if you will. Executive of the year twice, including obviously the Kevin Durant signing. But when he's 48 years old, which is still young enough to have a lot of life, a lot of life ahead of you. But you got to think there's going to come a time, whether it's today, whether it's the draft, summer league, or maybe opening night, something where he's just going to be sitting around going, what am I? Got enough money to live, I'm sure, the rest of his life. It doesn't appear like he's doing this to go get another job right away. Doesn't appear like, and you never know, Jason, because the thing about playing for the Warriors, and it's one of the reasons why they're able to attract such great free agents, is that it's not just the basketball. It's where they live. It's a very enjoyable place to live if you're living in the right spots. But also the connection to a lot of ownership and minority ownership and the business dealings they're able. That is a real thing. And I would love it. It's a story in sports I'd like to see a lot more, which is, especially in the NBA, there are certain teams, and the Warriors probably do it better than anyone. And I'm not saying, anything out of school here, but Kevin Durant and his business partner have been very vocal about some of the doors that opened when they went over there. And in some cases, these guys are making more money off the court than they are on the court and good for them.
Yeah. And speaking of doors opening, it makes you wonder what other dominoes may fall here, I guess, or what other doors may open. Does this mean something different for Steve Kerr, for some of the players that maybe were attached to him, or are they seeing, are we connecting dots that aren't to be connected, but just is this the start of the end for the Warriors, which some have suggested, and did Bob Myers see that as part of the hurdle? He was offered a contract a while ago, and has never agreed to it. Still could have agreed to it. Ultimately elected to not. What else is going on internally, I think, is what everybody's kind of wondering.
Klay Thompson has 1 year left on his deal at $43.2 million. Draymond Green is expected to opt out of his player option, but he is effectively a free agent if he wants to be. You have Andrew Wiggins, Steph Curry, and Jordan Poole signed at least through the 25-26 season. So you have somewhat of a core there, but maybe not necessarily the core you want. Andrew Wiggins being signed through 26-27 at an average of about $26 million a year is pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Look, all you can do in these situations, Jason, I think, and this is where experience helps, is you can look at history. This certainly does smell like the end of a dynasty. It smells like nothing will be like the Bulls and how quickly that went downhill after Jordan. But it certainly does smell a little bit like the Bulls, a little bit like San Antonio towards the end. And I think Bob Myers, in his heart of hearts, probably amongst other things, looked at that one. I don't want to be a part of the teardown buildup.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I'd rather go out now. I got a ton of money. My reputation's unimpeachable, and we'll move from there.
Yeah, and you know, I watched a lot of what he said yesterday, and I know we played the clip there. I don't know that he truly has another idea, but I also until it's presented. I mean, I know he started doing a podcast during the year, just did a couple of those. Apparently, there's an offer from ESPN already out there for him. Is another team going to reach out to him? I think he's going to have choices. And so I don't know that if he knows what he wants to do today, but maybe that gets resolved soon.
And it's impossible really to tell these. It would be interesting to do a Golden State Warrior power ranking when it comes to importance to the wins, when you include coach, front office, and ownership. Obviously, Steph Curry's number one. Steve Kerr, Joe Lacob, or Bob Myers number two? I don't know, but it's a fun thought exercise.
Right.
I think certainly Bob Myers top five.
Mm-hmm.
So they just lost a big time player.
For sure.
And now the question is, and I believe Steve Kerr has one more year left on his deal. I think Kerr's deal is up at the end of next year. And it's interesting with Kerr is his, it hasn't mirrored Steph Curry, but we remember a time and place when Steph Curry's ankles were so bad that his career was in jeopardy at the early part of his career. I'm also old enough to remember when Steve Kerr's coaching career was in jeopardy, and our very own Luke Walton actually had to take over for pretty much an entire year,
health-wise.
And you wondered how. I mean, there was talk of Steve Kerr retiring because he just couldn't handle the back pain.
Right.
Whatever doctor worked on Steve Kerr, good for you, because I haven't heard about that in a while.
Yeah,
I'm sure he still has issues, but he hasn't mentioned anything. Seems like he's doing fine. He's coaching every game.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen there? That is a fishbowl. Dynasties are fishbowls, which is in a sense why Greg Popovich is so special, because he went through the Robinson years, the Robinson Duncan years, then just the Duncan years. He went through the whole thing in a small market. It wasn't Chicago. It wasn't Los Angeles, and it wasn't San Francisco. And Pop's still there.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson had to leave. He was there in LA too, I was thinking. But you wonder how long Steve Kerr is going to be doing this before he goes, it's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in this fishbowl every year for 11, 12 years of my life. I need to chill. I need to go on. I need to stop.
All I want to do is chill.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I don't fault Bob at all. Good for him. We'll take a break. When we come back, Michael Malone, John Gruden, and Barry Bonds. What do they all have in common? They're all part of Three for Madness next.
Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Hand off McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feel super, baby! The five-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
This Father's Day, visit Boot Barn for quality gifts and personalized services. Gifts range from durable suede jackets to premium exotic cowboy boots, iconic Western shirts, heavy-duty jeans, and work boots. We provide local same-day gift delivery with gift wrapping and a card included. You can enjoy in-store pickup with $20 off your next order, and our team of experts can help guide you as you shop when you visit your local Boot Barn.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
I don't know what Willie and Dwayne are arguing about on YouTube.
That just sounds funny out of context.
I know, but I like it. Fire Wings brings you 3 for Madness.
Yeah.
21 different flavors to choose from.
I believe that's more flavors than Jason has in that bag.
I was going to say, you know what would be a good idea? Maybe have fire wings. I'd love to taste a chip that's the same as all 21 flavors.
Oh, that'd be great.
I said at some point this summer we need to do a fire wings, try all 21 wings and rank them.
I think what we need is a portable fire wing creator for them to bring in, because you have to have them fresh.
Right.
You can't go get them and then drive them here. It's not fair to the fire wing.
We could broadcast from there.
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh is right.
Ooh is correct. Oh my goodness gracious. How fun would that be?
I like that call.
Breakfast at Fire Wings.
Yeah. It's a very good call.
Why don't we have a wing eating contest?
Love that we workshop.
Let's have a promotions meeting right now.
I know Scott's listening.
I mean, there's a huge what is it? WIP in Philadelphia, their sports station. That's like the Wing Bowl is their signature event.
WIP.
Like
Wings in Philly.
Why don't we do a wing eating contest? A fire wing eating contest. I love it.
I'm here
and
for it.
I would also. I'm not a spicy guy, but I actually think it would be kind of funny for the three of us to do the
I don't think that's funny.
Yeah, I don't like that call.
You know I'm with you. You know I'm not you and I have very similar palates when it comes to that stuff. But would you?
Nope.
Not even.
Well, what?
I'm saying starting at 0.
Okay. Yes.
And see how high we could go before.
But I will quit.
Yeah. For sure.
The second it gets too hot,
and then we're both eating ice cream that night.
Yeah.
Because you gotta pave the runway.
Yeah.
Three for Madness question 1.
Hey, this guy's not into boneless wings. He's into nuggets. His nuggets. That's Coach Michael Malone. But he said that the Heat being the number 8 seed is irrelevant at this point in the postseason. Do you agree?
I do. I agree 100%. Yeah. I think he's absolutely right, because I think what Mike Malone's saying is there's no more seeds. It's not. This doesn't matter. It's now 1st to 4. That's it. The only thing that matters is the only way it's relevant is Denver has home court advantage.
Yeah.
And home court advantage. Denver is still not lost at home, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So there's a thing there. That's a real advantage. That's the only way it matters. But I get what he's saying. Who cares if you're 8? Who cares? It does not matter, because it didn't matter every other seed Miami's played so far. And this whole narrative that Denver has not played high seeds. I hate the media so much sometimes. Just knock it off. They can control that, number 1 and number 2. Are we really counting Phoenix as that seed?
My favorite thing, Nuggets with the finals. Yeah, but they had to play a 7 in the West, so it shouldn't count.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're playing an 8 seed that just went through the East.
So they'll get an asterisk.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
They went through a 7 and an 8. Bunch of losers.
There's going to be that ding-dong 19-year-old
Well, I guess
kid.
they would have beaten 2 8s because they beat the Timberwolves in the first round.
Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jason, I agree with Malone.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's right. He's also, I think this is dual purpose. One, to give props and respect to Miami, to also alert everybody hey, look, we're the finals now. This is even, look what they've done. They've taken out the Bucks and the Knicks and the Celtics. It's impressive to not, and everybody's kind of putting Denver in as the heavy favorite here. So I think he's trying to soften that as well. It's smart by Coach.
Number 2.
Question 2.
Saints head coach Dennis Allen said John Gruden visited New Orleans camp to help the team get acclimated with new quarterback Derek Carr. Will we see more Gruden involved with teams as time goes on?
I know you love my answers on these sometimes, but I got to be honest. On this particular, I never know. I don't know. Because I don't know. There is no playbook, man. I don't know.
The Saints have a playbook.
No. Yeah. You can tell sometimes when someone is in trouble, but then other times this guy did this thing and he's kind of in trouble, but then the guy did the same thing and he's in a lot of trouble. But it depends on where we're at as a society. And then John Gruden did a thing and was in trouble and, fired and all that. But now he's here. And I haven't heard any blowback, but I don't know if that's because it's in New Orleans and no one cares. I don't know. But then he might go to New York and there's going to be a giant protest. I don't know, man. I do not. I'm saying it a lot. I don't know. There's this whole thing with the Dodgers and the LGBT, Clayton Kershaw.
I haven't heard about that one.
Seriously? No. Oh, okay.
You know how many people have hit me up about that? Yeah. I have an answer for you. Which, by the way, I do have an answer for you.
That's one of the things, though, Jay, is that we work in this business where you get asked some things because it has to do with sports.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know whose side. I'm not even on a side. I'm just watching and eating popcorn and trying to stay out of it.
Yeah, it's not a side thing, but for people that want some context into Kershaw, I'm not going to bring it up in the air. But if you understand Clayton on a personal level, that will have made sense why
of course
his name's attached to that.
And there's other players that I think Blake Trinan just weighed in. You're
going to see a ton of players weighing in on.
And
this
I don't know. So I watch. You know how many times I get asked a question? I mean, we're going off on a rail here, but whatever. You know how many times I get, you guys probably the same. You know how many times I get asked a question about transgender athletes in sports? At least 5 times a week. I don't know. I think it's okay in this day and age. If you're not qualified to answer the question, I think it's okay to say, I'm not that smart. It's above I don't know. So I'm going to let the experts figure it out and make a decision there. So when it comes to the John Gruden thing, if this question had been John Gruden showed up in New Orleans to work with Derek Carr and there was a giant protest and the Saints are apologizing right now, I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I see that. But your question wasn't that. He showed up and there's no blowback?
Yeah.
Man, I can't predict it. I don't know, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, as far as this specific question, I'm kind of with you. The one thing I would say is this just seemed like a direct connection from Gruden to Carr.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So I don't know that he's going to be asked to, help out other teams. That's my guess, but it's a guess.
It's the blowback thing for me.
Yeah.
It's wherever the wind's blowing that day, man. I don't know. Number 3.
Question 3.
Speaking of John Gruden, on this day in 1986, Barry Bonds made his MLB debut for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Is Bonds the greatest athlete to never win a title in any pro sport?
Yeah. Yes, because he's the greatest baseball player to ever live statistically. Yes, the whole, cream clear, totally get it, got to be in there, and that's why he's in exile. But who's the greatest we just went over this last week in basketball? Charles Barkley? Stockton?
Barkley or Malone, probably.
Okay. So Barry Bonds was better than they were in their sport, right? Who's in football? Marino's
pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, can't hold a candle to Barry Bonds when it comes to what Barry Bonds was to other baseball players. Now, if you want to make,
what if he held a candle?
He could hold a candle to read Barry's stats.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, if you want to bring in the argument of juicing or whatever, hey,
right,
that's an absolutely fair thing to say. But I think if the question is just simply, and you say athlete, I'm saying player in my head. I hope that's okay. I think it's Barry.
Yeah. Barry is the best baseball player I've ever seen.
You honestly can make an argument with the whole steroid thing and all that. You could I think it's absolutely a fun argument to have that the greatest hitter and greatest pitcher in the history of baseball will almost certainly never see the Hall of Fame. And that's if you believe Roger Clemens is the greatest pitcher of all time, which I happen to believe he is.
He's pretty good.
I think when you look at Roger Clemens' numbers,
struck out some guys
number for number, Clemens is the guy. It's an argument, but I don't think there's an argument for Bonds. The only argument is needle in the arm. That's the argument.
It is an argument, though,
and it's a valid one. The thing that's always going to be
problem is we don't know who else cheated or didn't. There's no way to prove it,
amongst many other things.
We don't know who else cheated, and we also don't know.
By the way, baseball, a sport littered with cheating since the probably 1800s.
Well, right, exactly, and let's forget about the fact that in the late 90s, the players would pretty much look like porcupines when they were out on the field because everybody's got a needle in them or something, or is taking some sort of whatever the hell. I also don't know what steroids, what do they do for a baseball player other than make you more? Do they help your hand-eye? Do they make your wrist quicker? Like
I'm sure you can get around on the ball a lot.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know anybody. Never did. I'm correct, right? Barry Bonds never tested positive. He just admitted the cream. Maybe that was his problem. What if Barry Bonds never says the cream and clear thing?
I still don't think people believe him.
Is he in the Hall of Fame though?
No.
Why?
Because those writers make up their own mind.
Why is
because baseball writers, let's just all be honest,
sure,
they don't need actual evidence.
But why is David Ortiz in the Hall of Fame?
Because they like him. I'm not lying.
Well, the correct answer, and you're kind of right, is because he did his stuff for Boston.
And
which
he
is
was
the epicenter of baseball.
And he was a very likable personality where ask media members, they all couldn't stand Barry Bonds. Like that factors in. To me, it's petty, but it's true.
You know who sucked? Ty Cobb. He's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. You know who's a bad man? Ty Cobb, Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's a different era.
Yeah, it was a different era. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, Trey Lance is having fun playing football again.
Hey.
I think that's important. We'll talk about that next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
A baseball is traveling nowadays 105 miles per hour. Every other job that requires that much precision has been handed over to technology. Why not with umpires?
Well, first of all, I don't know about you. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. And I'm not a big fan of let's give the human jobs to the robots because I don't want the robots to be my overlords. We're already halfway there and we don't need any more of that.
This is not the beginning of Terminator. This is baseball, okay?
That's what they said at the beginning of Terminator.
Cattles and Rami. Weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Now through Memorial Day, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
We see a lot of pollutants like trash, pet waste, cigarette butts, pesticides, and fluid leaks from vehicles on our highways and in our waterways. This isn't what we want. Clean waterways, clean creeks. Now that is what we want. You can help change this to that by picking up after your pet, properly disposing of litter, and reducing pesticide use. All Californians can protect our waterways. Learn how at BeRiverFriendly.net.
Carmichael Dave here. Spring here. Long, cold, rainy winter behind us. And I know you're counting the days until summer, but don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioning is working efficiently and safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from my friends at American Energy Heat and Air. Nothing worse than having your AC go out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today to make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or schedule your appointment online like I did last year around this time at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Don't wait till that AC goes out. Call my friends today, 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is this job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws to the plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Coming up on today's show, former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you're not able to listen to that interview today, you can check it out later on at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
There's an event going on this weekend I want to talk to you guys about. It includes live entertainment, wine tastings from more than 18 wineries, a variety of live music, special VIP programming, a whiskey and spirits tasting, and an exclusive wine pairing lunch. You must be 21 years of age or older to attend. Folks, don't miss the 8th, and that's an important number, the 8th annual Catalina wine mixer going on. It's a real thing. And the fact that it's the 8th annual, the timing's right. That's gotta be. That has to be because of Will Ferrell.
I have that.
That's
shirt.
real?
It's a real thing, but 8 years.
Where's it at again?
Catalina.
It's probably in Catalina. But they
I thought it was named after a nice young lady named Catalina.
Yeah.
You ever been to Catalina?
No, I've been to Donalina. Woof. Sorry. All right. So every twice a year, Jason Ross brings in some chips from his brother. These are exotic chips. I believe they've been mostly, if not all, Lay's brand today. We have had BLT flavored Mexican street corn Cheetos, and by the way, may I just note, the BLT flavored was the smooth Lay's style potato chip. The Mexican street corn was a Cheeto. The enchilada or adobada flavor, which apparently is like Al Pastor, that is a Pringle. You have, this is the fourth time now, 4 chips, 4 different styles. These are Ridge. These do also look like the Lay's style, not the Ruffles, the Lay's style Ridge.
Correct.
We don't know the flavors going in.
Right.
Jay and I each have a chip in our hands. Jay,
Chip in a chair.
Here's to you, buddy.
Good crunch.
Whoa.
That was I don't know if that was a good whoa or a bad whoa.
This is interesting. I have another one.
That has to be dill. If it ain't dill, it's something dilly.
No, it's a pickle.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's pickle flavored. Yeah, that's dill, dude. Dill, dude. I'm 100% going pickle flavor. It's some sort of pickle flavor.
Pickle flavored Lay's.
That's your final answer?
Yep.
Final answer.
Okay. I'll give you partial credit. What is it, Dave?
We were technically partially right.
But I think that's the strongest flavor of it, so that's what makes it.
Lay's introduces Cuban sandwich
flavored.
Cubanos.
Oh,
the Cubanos on a Cubanos are traditionally what? It's ham, pork. I know
cheese,
that's the same.
Pickle.
Cheese, pickle. I think a little bit of mustard. You butter the outside of the bread, and you press it down.
A delicious sandwich if you've never had one.
It's a wonderful
But
sandwich.
more pickle in this than anything, huh?
Pickle was the strongest flavor I got.
But not overwhelming.
No, but definitely the one that stuck out.
Definitely, yeah, because I don't know what's pork and what's whatever, pickle. Cheese.
Okay, overall?
I don't think I could eat a full bag per se because the dill and because there's vinegar and dill in here. I don't know that I could eat a whole bag. I certainly, I'll tell you, Jason, what these would be really good would be dipping them in a sour cream ranch dip.
Is there another 7.25?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Wow, we got hits today.
We have not had a.
We haven't had a miss. That's for sure.
A stinker. You said 7 1/4.
7 1/4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with just a 7, but still.
Okay, very respectable.
Oh, oops.
Nothing has been less than a 7.
No, and
everything's passed.
And honest to goodness, I'm a pretty tough grader usually. I like to think.
I will say from this point on, those are the chips I tried.
So we're going in blind next.
So you'll be participating with.
Sure. I mean, I know
you'll know what the flavors are, but we'd like.
I have not tasted.
And if you want to participate in the chip eating contest and enjoy the flavors yourself, and
get your own.
Yeah, go buy them.
Yeah.
And you know what? Internet works, guys.
It does.
Check it out. Trey Lance says, "I'm having fun playing football." That's probably not how he sounds, but.
Is that your Trey Lance?
I'm having fun playing football. That's my general.
Yeah.
I've either got that or championship. I don't have much of a range.
Okay.
He's having fun. Seems like he's reinvigorated. Was he not? Was there a point where he wasn't invigorated?
Apparently.
Well,
I'm sure after the injury that was pretty
I'm
tough.
sure he was.
And I know. Look, when he gets drafted, he's sharing time with Jimmy G. Remember, I think he threw the first touchdown, 2 years ago or whatever it was, in their opener against Detroit, but it was Jimmy G's team, basically. Then it's going to be your team last year, and he gets hurt. And then he has to see, he's probably thinking, look, I'm the guy. Like, I'm not going to lose my job. Oh, wait, I am? To who? To Brock Purdy? So
Mr. Irrelevant.
That had to be difficult. And then he's heard all this stuff probably like, hey, Purdy's the guy. He's won over the locker room. Maybe that's part of what's going on with Trey Lance. So again, still very young, still could have a great pro career, but he's had to deal with quite a bit already.
So here's the funny thing, the way it's laying out. This 49er team, I think when we go back and look at this 49er team 20 years from now, it's going to be one of the most unique teams in NFL history. And I don't know that changes if they win a championship or not, to be honest with you. They have arguably the best defensive player in the NFL in Bosa.
Yeah.
Certainly defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
They have arguably the best offensive player in the league in Christian McCaffrey, and he's certainly in the top 5.
Right.
Deebo Samuel ain't far off either.
Right.
But in the most important position in all of sports, not just in the NFL, in all of sports, quarterback. They've been going with Jimmy Garoppolo, Mr. Irrelevant. You now have a former number 3 pick in Sam Darnold in camp that is getting a lot of notice. And I don't know how much of that is off of what they've seen or how much of it is, admittedly, for me, the potential storyline that you're rooting for. We root for storylines and narratives sometimes. I think it's a great story. But meanwhile, of Purdy, Darnold, of that quarterback room, the number 3 pick that the Niners traded a massive amount of capital to get, who has, by the way, like at least with Sam Darnold, you say, well, he's had 5 years. He's kind of a bust.
Yeah.
Trey Lance has played in 8 games in his whole career.
Right.
And by the way, he's thrown for 800 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks, and he's rushed for 235. His average yards rushing is 4.4 per carry. Like, we have no idea what Trey Lance is. We have no idea what Trey Lance is, but it's almost like he's been written off. It really is like he's been written off as a bust.
Yeah.
That's so dangerous.
And that's why I've always wondered about that, because to me, nothing that we've seen in games would suggest that.
No.
But nothing that we've seen in games, too, would suggest that he's a star. But my point being, what's happening in practices to where he's potentially the backup, the third quarterback. I don't know where he's going to be, but where it's not today, everybody's going, oh, it's Trey Lance's job to lose. Nobody's saying that. They're basically saying it's Purdy's job to lose.
Right.
So I feel like either in film sessions, the quarterback room, stuff under Shanahan, other guys that are dealing with the quarterbacks, Coach Greasy, that maybe that's the everyday stuff that we don't get to see, must be telling them, the Niners decision makers, that he's the guy behind Purdy.
The 49ers, what makes it, I'm sorry I'm pausing here, Jason, but I'm really trying to wrap my head around the whole Trey Lance thing. Trey Lance played in 2 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
He played against Chicago, and lest we forget, that was a monsoon.
Right.
It wasn't raining in Chicago. It was like straight up a monsoon, couldn't get your foothold, sloppy. That was an outlier, and that's how you're starting the season. It's game 1, which are always goofy anyways. And it's not like he was the worst. Nobody could play in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes 2 of 3 in game 2 against Seattle, which, by the way, Seattle turned out to be a pretty good team.
So the time he's been given the starting job, that's the resume. That's why I'm still, I mean, again, now you look at the resume that Brock Purdy had. Brock answered all the questions, but Lance hasn't been given the same kind of opportunity.
No, and by the way, let's just also say 21 years old, his rookie year, he got it. He legitimately got into 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
But still, threw 71 passes all year long, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, and what was his rushing average? 4.4. He had 168 yards rushing. I know I'm stat hounding here, but it's to underline the fact that kid was the number 3 pick in the draft. Would have been the number 3 pick in the draft, almost regardless. It wasn't just that he jumped up there. He was considered one of the top guys. We don't know what he is.
Yeah.
But he certainly right now has the best resume as far as coming in. Yeah. Not that matters. Tom Brady had no resume on 199th. I think it's kind of funny the way we've played this whole thing out, where it's like, oh yeah, Trey Lance, yeah, he's cute.
Yeah.
No,
it's a ready-made team that needs that quarterback to keep him going.
When we come back, more Bay Area sports. Joe Lacob, we have audio from him and what he is obsessed with. The only thing that matters. We'll get there next.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
Expectations coming into the season and how we performed. I mean, it's one of the more special seasons that I've had in my 11 years.
Stay tuned all off season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
It's May in California. The sun is out and the flowers are blooming. But even with the excitement of spring, everyday pressures can create stress and anxiety. Get the mental health help you need this Mental Health Awareness Month and every day with CalHope's free resources. Call or text our warm line at 833-317-4673. That's 833-317-4673. Or live chat at calhope.org today.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. Every branch working together. And with the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Now through June, purchase online with Beacon Pro Plus, web or app, and earn up to $1,500. Beacon, always build it.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, the search for pain relief can feel like an endless and hopeless ordeal.
I would try drugstore, insoles and supports.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked.
If you think you've tried everything to relieve your foot pain, you probably haven't tried arch supports from the Good Feet store.
And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I don't have foot pain anymore. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. It changed my life.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Let me tip my cap to Charlie Bartholomew, or Chartholomew as I call him, who showed up both on both the text line and the YouTube chat to get this point across. It's a good point. I said that the Niners have arguably the best defensive player in the league in Bosa. They have arguably the best offensive player in the league in Christian McCaffrey, certainly up there. Debo Samuel, not that far off. And Charlie says, I'm not even a Niner fan, but you're not going to show any love for the best offensive lineman in football. He's correct.
Yeah.
Trent Williams.
He's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
The PFF grade usually is like in the 90s for him.
He breaks the mold. Yeah. Good morning, Scott. You're on with Dave and Jason. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Dave. The best I can figure, the only way your take on Trey Lance makes sense is if you're trying to up his trade value here on 1140.
I am.
All those stats you read. Did you say 800 passing yards and 8 starts? Just want to double check.
Let me go back here and. Oh, you're looking at 800 passing yards and 8 starts.
I think you said he played 8 games.
Yeah,
starts.
He got into. Look, I'm not counting Jacksonville where he carried the ball 3 times and didn't. I'm not counting those, but I'm saying he legit his rookie year. He legit was in parts of 3 games, and then last.
I just kind of want to. I want to talk through a couple of these points. One. 4.4 yards per carry for a quarterback is horrendous. You know that.
No, I know that. No, and we can go back. No, I'm not going to do the whole sports radio cut you off. I just want to go point for point. I totally agree with you, but let's also remember the set Shanahan's running too, and how many times he's running Trey Lance, which by the way is how he got hurt, straight up the middle. It's not like they're running Lamar Jackson style sweeps all the time for Trey Lance. So 4.4 isn't as bad as it would be, for example, in Baltimore.
Yeah, fine. And then I guess my biggest point to this is look at the play calling between the two quarterbacks, and you're saying that that's a reason why maybe we should give Trey Lance a little bit more leeway because the play calling wasn't there for him to be successful, which I agree with. The part of that I think we're overlooking is the moment Brock Purdy entered the game the first time, it seemed like the playbook was wide open for him, which tells me everything we need to know about what the coaches think the two of them can handle. And you said Trey Lance didn't really get an opportunity to blossom. What opportunity did Brock Purdy get? Within 2 games, it was clear. He was all of us with eyeballs, saw Brock Purdy after 2 games and went, wow, this kid's got something that we never saw out of Lance.
Well, let's make sure we understand. Let's make sure we're on the same page with what I'm saying as opposed to what I'm not saying. I'm not saying Trey Lance is a stud in disguise, that he's the guy, that he's better than Brock Purdy. What I'm saying is at 23 years old, when he's barely gotten a sniff of the NFL, to write him off and to think that we've seen the total package. Hey, Scott, we might have seen the total package, but I'm going to be a little off on writing off Trey Lance so far just because of what I've seen so far. I don't think that's that controversial.
Can I ask you one question to close?
You can ask me 3 questions.
Oh, thanks, man. In your heart of hearts, if you had to guess, put money on it, do you think Trey Lance will be a serviceable quarterback in this league for another 3 or 4 years?
For like in another 3 or 4 years, or are you asking me, will he have a career where he's a serviceable quarterback for 3 to 4 years at some point?
Yeah. I don't think anyone's waiting around for 3 years for him. Do you think in the next 3 years, starting now, he'll be a serviceable NFL quarterback for this team or another team?
It's a good question. I don't want to dodge it because obviously that's going to depend on if he gets the opportunity, if he's here, if he's somewhere else.
It's where you're putting your money, Dave. Where are you putting your money, red or black?
Yeah. Hold on.
You guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'd put it on him to be a serviceable guy.
Same. I would too, but I want to make sure I'm answering his question right now. What if Purdy's the guy and for the next 2-3 years Trey Lance is, not a lot of trade value sitting behind. He's one of those guys where you don't really figure him out until he's 26, 27. I don't know.
I don't think if they clearly realize that Purdy's the guy, I don't think Trey Lance will be on the 49ers very long.
I agree.
And then does he go to another team and never get that opportunity? I think that team is acquiring to be the starting quarterback. I think he's still in that window right now.
I agree. There's a lot of bad teams in the NFL that are going to look at a guy like Trey Lance, especially if they can get him for next to nothing, be like, all right, let's see what he can do.
Yeah.
I would say this too, putting on the tinfoil hat, let's go the other way. Let's say Trey Lance actually isn't great. And like Kyle and John know it. They're like, wow, dude, this kid sucks. Like it's almost one of those things where you're almost forced to do a thing where you hide him. And if it's not Brock, like Sam's got the job, Sam Darnold, because the more opportunity Trey Lance gets, the more opportunity that is for other teams you could trade him to see that he's terrible and not make the trade.
Yeah.
The overarching point is this. Again, let me go back earlier. Everybody in sports talk wants absolutes.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't know about Trey Lance yet. He's a bust. Is he? Are you sure? You are? Are you sure? Would you put $1 million against your right leg being amputated that he's a bust? And let's go ahead and define it. Because I like to pose those types of questions to folks because they're positive.
Yeah, well, even the positivity our caller said, he goes, by the second full game of Purdy, we knew. That was his line. Mm-hmm. The second full game of starting for Trey Lance, he got hurt.
Yeah. Yes.
And so the first one was the monsoon.
Yeah.
The second one, I mean, again, to your point, like he could be a mess and total bust, all those things, but to have the clarity today,
I just don't know
to say
I absolutely do not know.
Right.
So, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Joe Lacob knows one thing: they're going to try to win. Oh wow, what a transition! That's what he cares about: winning.
We're going to win no matter what. I don't care what the rules are. We are going to figure out a way to do it. That's what good organizations do. They figure out a way to win the game. And our game is to win games and to win championships. And when we came here, this ownership group 13 years ago, we made a ridiculous proclamation about winning within 5 years. And of course, somehow we managed to do it, all of us, players and everybody involved. And we've continued to win. And look, the rules will change in the game, but we'll continue to do that. We're going to work really hard to do it. And I think we have really smart people, and we'll do it.
Well, I'll give this to Joe Lacob. He has, it's so funny. We talked about Vivek a couple weeks ago and what he went through as a new owner, Matt Ishbia, and what he's doing as a new owner, and how more often than not, in fact, in almost every case, new owners come in and just crap the bed and figure it out eventually. Joe Lacob might be the best exception. This is a guy that came in and took over an absolute lame of a franchise from Christopher Cohan. And I play the clip all the time. You know this, of him getting booed off the floor at Chris Mullen's retirement ceremony. And he came in, and maybe it was just some of it was dumb luck. I don't know. But absolutely hit it out of the park. You own the team, and you have seen their value go up 6x, 7x since you bought it. He's been the owner of a dynastic team almost his entire ownership career. This is also a new test for him. But here's a problem, Jason. We talk about rich people before and how they get those egos. Joe Lacob's ego has to be the size of a weather balloon.
He's got a big ego. I think you can hear it. But I appreciate the confidence. I think he wants to establish, hey, look, we are going to be the benchmark organization in the NBA. They have been. I don't know that they'll maintain that, but I think that's the mentality he's going to have. I appreciate that. But he's also the same guy that's, hey, we're light years ahead and we're going to do dual timeline. I'm like, they haven't been spot on everything, but look, they have been an organization that every other organization wishes they could be. 100%. Wildly successful.
And now it's one of those, can you
keep it going? That's a really difficult thing.
Honestly, it's probably easier to win a championship than it is to go back down and come back up again. And yes, I'm aware that the Warriors were the worst team in basketball a couple of years ago, but that was a farce. This is going to be a true rebuild. And how are they going to do it with a new GM, possibly a new coach after next year, Clay, Dre, Jordan Poole's contract?
See, I don't even think he even say that word, rebuild. Joe Lacob, he was like, you're just going to patch. I don't even patch together stuff. We're just going to keep it going, reload it, and be champions again.
Meanwhile, here's Bob Myers on what he plans to do after this.
Well, my wife said we're going to get a drink maybe on the way home. I don't know that answer, and I guess I don't need to know that answer. I'm in a narrow lane. Because I love basketball so much, but I don't know.
And we played that clip a few times today, or a longer version of it. But here's another one, which is specifically why he is stepping away.
The bottom line is this job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
I will say this about Lacob, and by the way, Peter Guber, let's remember, also owns the team, and he's just a behind-the-scenes guy, but deserves credit. They're not afraid to spend money.
No, that they will do.
They're not afraid
Appreciate
to spend,
that about them.
But here's the thing is, and I don't really mean, again, context. I don't mean this as necessarily a shot at Warrior fans, although it will sound like one. I think any fan base would be similar to this. There may not be a more spoiled fan base in the league than Warrior fans. You've got 16-year-old kids who have no memory of their team not competing for a championship, which is hilarious to 35-year-old Warrior fans who went through hell and Monte Ellis their whole life.
Sure.
You have this new Chase Center, but if this team is not a title contender, if they're a middle-of-the-road type team next year, the year after, guess what? You're able to charge those Silicon Valley prices and still get most, if not all, of that thing to fill up. I don't know that that's going to be the case over the next 2-3 years, because that is a championship or bust city right now.
They've turned into that, which is a good thing and it's a curse at the same time.
You're exactly right.
You'd rather be in there, but I mean, look, the question has been asked this offseason to Giannis and to others, like, was this season a failure? Again, that's semantics, but Warriors aren't happy with the round two exit
at all.
I mean,
and as a Kings fan, I'd rather be us than them right now, because we aren't spoiled. It's all new. It's like,
but I would have rather had what they had.
I keep trying to get Jay to see True Romance. He's going to see the movie someday. There's a part of me that's jealous of him because I wish I could erase my mind and see something. I wish I could read the Harry Potter books for the first. There's all kinds of stuff you could apply there. I like the Kings being in a position where it's all new and awesome to us.
Right.
But again, if you're Golden State, that's the curse, but it also means you've won 4 titles.
Sure.
And you've gotten to go through all that fun stuff. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's talk specifically about the NBA Finals. Yeah. Denver, wake up. It's time to play basketball. It's been 10 days. They all tip off, or should I say it tips off tomorrow. Let's take a look at that juggernaut, the Michael Malone-led Denver Nuggets next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Wednesday. It's the final day of May. Out that door to a cool start. Into the afternoon, we'll enjoy mainly sunny skies and temperatures warming up a bit. Expect highs in the low 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Inflation has pushed up the cost of just about everything, which means if you bought life insurance a few years ago, it might not be enough to protect your family today. Now is the time to get the insurance you need at a price you can afford. In a hurry? Don't worry. Call Select Quote now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's right. You can get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam in under an hour.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-613-8990. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is this job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws it up plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Coming up on today's show, former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you're not able to listen to that interview today, you can check it out later on at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, 1 hour left.
What?
Nope, live and local all day. 6 to 6, 4 hours, baby. We are halfway home. I want to thank everybody on the YouTubes below. I want to thank everybody on the text lines from the 530. Joe Lacob is the anti-John Fisher.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
The crazy thing was I thought that was Fisher's audio you were playing. And then when you told me his
Just
Lacob, I was like, whoa, what?
From the 916, sup guys? It's that time of year again. Rejoice 2-month summer break for teachers and golf, beer, and cheer from Justin. Yes, Justin, enjoy your break. The one who's really got it good is like Katie. Katie's like a teacher.
You like to point that out every time.
Do. She gets 6 months off a year. Ugh. Ass. All right. So I'm not jealous. Jason, his brother, provides him all kinds of exotic chip flavors. All day long, we have been sampling the chips that he has brought in. So far, we have, I believe, all Lay's products. BLT got a 7.5. Mexican street corn Cheetos both got 9s. Those so far are the favorites. Enchilada 7s. Those were Pringles. And then the Wavy Lay's Cubano sandwich 7 and 7.25. The lowest ranked, well, second lowest. Enchilada was just 7s. This is the first Dorito style chip we have.
Correct.
The smell, the aroma, the bouquet.
I haven't tried this one yet either.
There's some chili powder in there.
I smell ketchup.
Yeah. So all right. So here we go. Whoa. Wow. Ugh.
I taste ketchup.
100%. That is 100% ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
So are they going to try to pull some sort of like cheeseburger, hamburger?
Hot dog and ketchup. I think that's why you're so
I'm going to go, you're probably right. I'm going to go cheeseburger.
Jay?
Hot dog and ketchup.
Your initial reactions were correct.
Oh. Doritos tangy ketchup. Doritos garbage can.
Oh, is this low rated?
This is a 5 for me.
I'm going to go 4. Like, look, it's not disgusting.
It's a 5 simply because it's a Dorito. I can't rate a Dorito under 5.
That's your weakness?
I love me.
I love Doritos.
I love me some Doritos too, but it's honestly, it's the sweet. It's the sweet.
The tangy.
You were like offended.
Uh-huh.
You don't like it so much, you're going to eat another.
Did
it get better the second time?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 for me.
You know.
Uh-oh. Change of course?
No.
I'm just going to say this. Because I know there's certain things that are legal today that didn't used to be for recreational purposes. Talking about sports betting.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I wonder if it exists, and if it doesn't, it really should. And I'm taking the idea. You know those little like boxes you get every month with like hunting knives or like a fishing pole. The subscription boxes.
Yeah, like
that's where you went hunting knives and fishing poles in a subscription box.
I don't know.
He literally just bought a baseball card one yesterday, and you go to
True.
knives.
Why not do they ought to do like a Munchie subscription box if they don't already, and just put in like all these weird chip flavors, maybe some Mike and Ike's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How about some nuggets?
Jay loves his chicken tenders.
I was trying to transition us to the next segment.
I don't think a nugget subscription box would go very well, but I will tell you they'd have great chemistry.
Yes.
Much like the nugget version in Denver. And Michael Malone has his team ready to go mentally and physically. And he says, hey, I don't care that the Heat are an 8 seed.
Well, as I told our team, man, like forget the 8 seed stuff. I mean, they beat Milwaukee 4-1. Team had the most wins in the NBA this year. They beat Boston 4-3, and they're up 3-0. Team with, I think, the second most wins in the NBA this year. So you get to the NBA Finals, it's not about seeding anymore. And for those that are thinking that this is going to be an easy series, I don't even know what to say to you people. I mean, like this is going to be the biggest challenge of our lives. It's the NBA Finals. You know, this is you're trying to win the first NBA championship in franchise history. And it's going to be the hardest thing that we've ever done, which is the way it should be.
I'm so happy he's there.
I am too.
I really like him.
I really love, and I think you're saying the same thing here. I love that the basketball world is meeting Michael Malone.
Yeah, because he has not changed.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
Much better teams, got a super, I mean, he's going to call it like he sees it, and he just, man, he's awesome.
Guarantee you he's sitting around right now sipping coffee, probably down at the practice facility in his Nuggets jumpsuit, his little zip-up jumpsuits he loves, and he hadn't changed a bit. He has this team so well coached, so on point, he and his staff, and he's 100% right. Like, maybe they sweep the Heat.
Good.
Sure. But going in, he's right. This is the biggest challenge of their lives. They are 4 games away. They are 4 games away from immortality. You can't ever take away the ring for the rest of your life. You go to a celebrity poker tournament, you have that ring on, and everyone's asking you about it. You're in the club. You get let in. You get the jackets. You get the whole thing. It's immortality. Yep. The Phoenix Suns were 4 games away from immortality with Charles Barkley and Kevin Johnson and friends. The Utah Jazz with Malone and Stockton, 4 games away. The Seattle Sonics with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, 4 games away. And on and on and on and on and on. And some of them had multiple attempts. Some of them had 1 attempt.
Right.
And here you are, the Nuggets. And are you going to be a cute little footnote? Like, oh, well, yeah, remember the Nuggets? Yeah. Because if the Heat beat the Nuggets, nobody's remembering the Nuggets other than, oh, yeah, that's right. They played the Heat. Oh, God. Kind of want to forget about that series. That was boring. You know, you think, I guarantee you, had Detroit not beaten the Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant Lakers, a lot of sports guys would be sitting here years later, 20 years later, or whatever it is, going, oh, who did the Lakers beat for that?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Well, oh, God, that's right. That Chauncey Billups Detroit team.
We talk about that in the legacy, like we're already raving, and as we should, about a guy like Jokic, and he's getting all the attention now, finally.
Mm-hmm.
But if you add a ring on to all of the stuff he's done,
yes,
just puts him in another level.
And it's enjoyable, too, because you had Milwaukee not that long ago. You had Denver. Who knows what will happen with Oklahoma City, but, man, I keep looking. You ever stop and take a moment if you can, just later today, go down the rabbit hole and look at Sam Presti's war chest in Oklahoma City, to go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, to go with Chet Holmgren, to go with Lou Dort and everybody else they have. The fact, I believe over the next 4 years, they have 8 first-round picks in 4 years, including their own, and I want to say 3 or 2 of them are unprotected. And you look at Denver, and they're there. They built, they stayed, they are led by a guy picked in the second round. They are led by a coach that was cast off from one of the worst teams in NBA history, cast off in part because his star player got meningitis in one of the weirdest firings we've had in the league over the last 35 years. They are supported by a guy who thrashed his knee a couple years ago and is now back. They are supported by a guy who would have probably been the number 1 or number 2 pick in the draft had he not had serious back issues. And for a while, people talk about Joel Embiid. Now, obviously, Michael Porter Jr. hasn't reached those heights yet. But this is another guy a lot of people thought his career ain't happening. Bruce Brown, this is an incredibly likable team, and it's an incredibly good story. And I'll shut up here, Jason, because I'm yammering. Maybe my favorite thing about the Denver Nuggets is that it's really separating in the national media, or outside of Denver media, I should say. It's really separating the people that do their homework and that pay attention and truly enjoy NBA basketball for what it is, and the people that are narrative and drama hounds that are trying to do keeping up with the NBAs.
Right.
Real house husbands of the NBA, whatever you want to call it. They truly care about basketball.
Yeah, and that group is still going to talk about what the Lakers need to do, what the impact the Warriors have. Denver's in the finals.
Yep.
So was Miami, and they don't have to apologize for that. Denver's had a great year. They've had a great run. They've kind of built at this. They've done it differently. They've stuck with it. I still look back at them last year, Dave, and thought that was the year, if you look at the history of the league, that they really could have made the decision and fired Michael Malone.
Yes.
They had been a 1 seed. They had been to a conference finals. They went backwards, 6 seed, and lost in the first round. It's like, well, maybe we've reached our peak. They ran it back.
That's right.
With some tweaks. And here they are, the 1 seed and in the finals.
You and I were having the conversation at the beginning of the playoffs. In fact, I want to say it was in 3 for Madness at least once. Is Michael Malone on the hot seat if Denver doesn't make the finals? And I believe you and I both said yes. And 100%, bless you, and 100% not from a place where we agreed with it. We were both very vocal in the sense that it's stupid for him to be on the hot seat.
That's the way the sport works.
But the way the sport works, if we were betting,
yeah,
I think had Denver been knocked out in the first or second round, Michael Malone would have already been fired.
Yeah.
And I also hope this kind of puts to bed, too, there are still some truthers in our own fan base, by the way. Michael Malone was overrated. How many games did Michael Malone how many games did he win with the Kings? Is he really that great? Like, look, Michael Malone's a great coach.
He won more than he should have. I'll say that.
That's exactly right. And speaking of more than you should have, that's that could be the motto of the Miami Heat. We'll take a look at them as well in our very first soft preview of tomorrow's Game 1 NBA Finals. Let's take a look at that story next.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
I feel like we grew a lot during this playoff series with our defense, and if we can sustain that during the year, that's going to help us a lot.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? It's time to address those issues you've been ignoring. Tired? Not feeling like your old self? Lacking drive? Revive Men's Health can improve your quality of life for common issues like low testosterone or ED. Why live with it when you can improve it? And Men's Health Month is the perfect time to take charge of your health. To learn about the real-world benefits of testosterone or ED treatment, book your free exam and T-level check today at Revive Sacramento. And for Men's Health Month, ask how you can get a free 30-day supply of custom ED medication if you're medically qualified. They make it easy, convenient, and they have a 99% patient satisfaction rate. So save $199 with a free exam. And don't forget to ask how you can get a free 30-day supply of custom ED medication. Don't wait. Do it today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Speaking of in too deep, I'm a little in too deep when it comes to. I've now found a new rabbit hole that I like to go on during the break. Cute dogs getting haircuts.
Is this on the DVR as well?
If they had a show,
I'm sure there is somewhere.
It's just happy music in the background and happy dogs at the groomers. What a great video!
Kind of posing, moving arms.
Yeah,
legs.
they put some sunglasses on them. What could be better than that? I've told you that I once took Gus to the local groomer.
Yeah.
And my wife had always done it. And I roll in, and there was nobody like me in there.
What does that mean?
It was all people like my wife and older ladies. I was definitely out of touch.
Okay.
And I swear I told you guys this. I go to the front counter and I proudly proclaim, I met the nice lady. I'm holding Gus.
This is my bus.
And I wish I had said that because it was a 2:00 appointment. I'll never forget. It's my first time. Here's Gus. Melissa was busy. And I said, hi, I have a 2:00 appointment for puppy spa day. And I go to hand Gus over. And that's exactly what the lady did. And then all of a sudden I start hearing snickering from all the older ladies around me.
He doesn't know what to do.
And I don't know what the problem is.
Were Ruth and Bess merciless?
They were clowning a little in their old lady way. And I don't know. The joke is over my head. And I look around and I think they caught because one of the older ladies says, "Oh, you are so precious." And I'm like, I thought she was talking to
his name is Gus.
Yeah. And I go, yeah, he's cute. She goes, no, you are. That is so cute. And I go, I'm sorry, ladies. What am I missing? And she goes, well, it's just a grooming appointment. I like the idea of puppy spa day. We should name it that. But turns out my wife calls it puppy spa day. And
and you didn't know
I
that.
thought that's
not a
what
thing.
it was called. Was she goes for puppy spa day at 2 p.m.
You've had a really bad run lately of things that aren't what they're supposed to be.
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Oh, have I?
Have I?
Just a really bad run. May want to end this one, kid.
I thought it was called puppy spa day because that's what I was told, and I took the damn dog in for puppy spa day, and apparently it's just grooming.
Okay.
They should open a place up and call it puppy spa day.
Jimmy Butler's looking for business ideas.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Butler's dog grooming place would be like him.
Big Head Grooming?
Yeah, Big Him Grooming, exactly. Jimmy
guaranteeing perfect cuts.
Every single time. He is an entrepreneur, and he has entrepreneured his way into the NBA Finals along with the rest of his club. So there's a question in here, as we have on our little sheet here. It's a bunch of different sub notes for this segment, but I want to go to the first one, which is why the Heat will win.
Well, they can. You don't think so?
I think if the Heat win this series, no offense, they're all very good NBA players, but it's going to be because they mentally crunched Denver, much like they did with Boston. I don't think they were the better team than Boston on paper.
Well, they weren't. I don't think they're I definitely don't think they were the better team than Milwaukee.
No.
But they won that in 5 games.
That's right.
Now, Giannis missed, I think, 2 of them, but still, to me, that's irrelevant. What they did was impressive. They certainly believe. Jimmy's going to believe. I think they've got an incredible coach. They shoot the 3 pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Tyler Hero will be back. That could help them. It just, to me, there's a couple of things. Like, I think there's a path for Miami.
Yes.
But I think the road is wider and straighter and longer, like, for Denver.
Let me ask you this. I know this is tough. 2 weeks ago, if I'd have said, who do you think Miami has a better chance against? Beating Denver or beating Boston? How would you have answered that?
Probably back.
I I think I might have said Boston back then, but God, it would have been close.
Yeah.
I think you're probably the same.
And part of me, my overall thought all year long, this is the thought I had. I said the winners of the finals is going to be in the Eastern team. But I was thinking Philly, Milwaukee, Boston.
Didn't we both go into this thinking, you and I were a little different on Philly, but thinking that the championship teams would likely, I think this is right, would likely be Milwaukee, Boston, or didn't we say Phoenix?
Probably Phoenix, okay. Yeah.
So Miami beat Milwaukee. Miami beat Boston. Both had home court advantage.
Yeah, as did the Knicks.
I'm not going to make the same mistake and be like, oh, Denver.
Though Denver hasn't lost at home.
Though Denver has not lost at home. But you're right. And I do believe Denver is going to win the series. But everyone needs to, not us, but the world needs to stop disrespecting the Miami Heat.
Right.
They are a very good, well-coached, mentally strong, will figure it out. The mental strength alone to go up 3-0, to win 2 games in Boston. Then to lose 3 games in a row and come back and dog walk them in Boston alone is like, that's an I'm him moment.
Yeah, and the amount of games they've won on the road should make the home court advantage not feel as much of one for Denver. But the one I just can't get past, all of that, all the things that Miami does well, all the things Denver does well, Jokic. And Bam will guard him, and others will guard him. But I just can't get past that.
We couldn't get past Giannis either, though, right?
True.
And I wouldn't put Tatum up there with Jokic and Giannis, but he ain't that far off.
Right.
But I agree with you. I think ultimately home court advantage. Ultimately, what is their answer to Nikola Jokic?
Yeah.
And if they somehow find, and I don't know if there's no answer to Nikola Jokic.
Right.
There's it's the old Dan Patrick. You can't stop him. You hope to contain him. They can somehow contain him.
Or contain the others.
Correct.
Like if Murray, if they make him, maybe Spoelstra's plan is, look, if we can somehow keep Murray to 15 points a game, well, what does that look like?
Right.
I mean, Jokic generally is not a score. I mean, he can score.
Right.
But, if he's getting 26 and 15 assists, you're probably done. But if he's going for 40 and 9 assists, what's that look like?
There's 3 main factors, not counting injuries and weird stuff, that are going to go into this finals, I think. Number 1, talent, players, obviously. And you probably weight that the most. I'll weight that 50%. But just top of my head, I would say 25% is going to be mental on both sides, and 25% is going to be the chess match from the coaches. That's where I give Miami a chance. No offense to Michael Malone, but right now, Eric Spoelstra is the better coach. Right now, Eric Spoelstra is the most experienced coach. Let's remember, this coaching staff, this is their first time.
Yeah.
This is Mike's first time as a head coach being in this spot. Eric Spoelstra's old hat now. 6 finals, 7 finals, whatever it is. There's a lot of experience there. And again, does Denver have a Jimmy Butler?
That's the one thing too. Like just that will, the desire, like, look, we're going to find a way, no matter if it's ugly or beautiful. Like there's something about Jimmy Butler's confidence and swagger that just fits perfectly for Miami.
Correct. And if we call him Miami's best player, the guy he's going up against has, I don't know what the opposite of swagger is, but that's Nikola Jokic. And he said before, by the way, he's on record and I'm paraphrasing here, but the meaning is the same. Basketball is not the most important thing in my life. I love basketball, but it's not the end all be all for me. And Jason, honest to God, I can see that going 2 ways. Number 1, I can see it being a help. Like, there's not a lot of pressure here. This is a fun game. I play this for fun. I don't care if it's the NBA Finals or Game 54, and that's a good thing. Or B, when it's time to turn up the volume to 11, I can only go up to 10. Jimmy Butler can go to 12. I'm Nikola Jokic. I can only go to 10. And be prepared, because we're all over Nikola Jokic for all the right reasons right now, myself included. I am soaking him up. Nikola Jokic comes out and he flops in the finals. He doesn't have a good finals. Oh, my dear Lord.
Yeah.
Let's finish this segment out. I've got balls in my hand.
Excuse me?
Well, I'm right now. We've had Doritos, we've had Lay's, we've had Pringles, we've had Ridge, we got whatever. I have these look like in the form of cheese balls.
Okay,
which is the original name of the morning show. Jason bringing in via his brother some exotic chip flavors. So I'm going to put a couple of these in the old noggin here.
They look like hush puppies, like little mini ones.
Archie.
Those are good. They're really good.
I'm not a fan of cheese ball texture, but I'm going to rate this as a cheese ball. Like, I don't like cheese ball texture per se. Like, you get the big crunch and then it all just turns into whatever. I don't know what the hell flavor.
Yeah, I can't even.
I'm not even. I know there's cheese. One. There's some sort of. There's chili powder. You know,
they're good though.
I know we already had the flavor, so I'm going to be wrong. But I swear to God, this tastes a little bit like a red enchilada sauce. Yeah.
I got nothing for you.
I'm going to go with enchilada again. I know it's not it, but.
You guys kind of said it. Bolitas, chili and cheese.
Chili and cheese. That is.
I like them.
Reminds
me of a chili cheese Frito now that you say it. Now I can put that together.
So these are Cheetos Bolitas. Let me see here. Go ahead, Jay. Give me your grade.
That one to me, I'm going to go solid 8. I really enjoyed that.
I'm going to tell you something. I told you I was going to grade this as a cheese ball.
So you're grading on a curve?
I'm grading on a curve because I'm not a cheese ball texture fan. I'm going to give this a 10.
Wow.
This is the best cheese ball I've ever had in my life.
It's really good.
It's a fact. It's the best cheese ball I've ever had.
I'm not grading on a curve like you because I do enjoy the cheese ball texture.
Yeah.
But this is really good. Solid 8 for me.
I would not grade that if you gave me overall. I'd rather have the Mexican street corn that I gave a 9 to. But that is the best cheese ball I've ever tasted.
How about that?
Yeah. Wow. That segment ended in controversy.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that coming. This is the stupidest show ever. Coming up next, there's a lot of records being broken because everybody likes the offense. You know, everyone digs the long ball, if you will.
Some aren't.
But some aren't. Why aren't these NBA Finals records being touched? We'll let you know what they are and will they be broken next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
A baseball is traveling nowadays 105 miles per hour. Every other job that requires that much precision has been handed over to technology. Why not with umpires?
Well, first of all, I don't know about you. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. And I'm not a big fan of let's give the human jobs to the robots because I don't want the robots to be my overlords. We're already halfway there and we don't need any more of that.
This is not the beginning of Terminator. This is baseball, okay?
That's what they said at the beginning of Terminator.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Now through Memorial Day, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Pain is not normal. Repeat. Pain is not normal. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here with the Good Feet Store. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the workday and the pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back is unrelenting. Good Feet understands that you've likely already tried assorted remedies and solutions with no relief. And now you're pretty much resigned to living with the pain. But do not give in to the pain. Instead, come to the Good Feet store for their end-to-end 3-step arch support system. Good Feet is the nation's largest manufacturer and retailer of personalized arch supports. With arch supports in over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities, and an arch support specialist in each store. Come in today for a free no no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk around the store or around the center. Experience the comfort, balance, and support possible with the Good Feet system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now in Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is his job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. If you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws it up plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Coming up on today's show, former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas joins us at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you're not able to listen to that interview today, you can check it out later on at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's not funny, Jason.
Yeah, it is.
Kenny Thomas will join us at 9.
All of that was funny. The group text, Jay, you know what it is.
Yeah. I'm unfortunately part of a group text with Jay, Jason, myself,
and Chris got you.
Yeah,
that was good.
I hate him so much.
You're not coming back from that one today.
That was an LOL.
You know, the thing is that I'm such an open book, and then I
overshare.
And then
you are an oversharer for sure.
I am an oversharer.
So then you get caught.
Yeah, and then I pay for it. You know what? Instead of being, it's so stupid.
See,
it's so stupid. Instead of
that was good.
You know, you share something with your so-called friends at work that you're vulnerable. Okay. You open yourself up to ridicule, and then you share the thing. And instead of like, oh, dude, I've been there, man, that's not that big of a deal. Or, oh, you know what? It's just like, oh,
you know why?
And then everyone
because everything you share is never like, oh, that's not a big deal. It's always like, bro, what the you know what?
You know, everybody has experiences, and I happen to be an open book when it comes to stuff like that.
And that's fine. And and everybody who reads an open book has a response and a criticism, don't they?
Yeah, well, like when you're reading the open book of records,
look
the
at
NBA
you.
Finals, for example. A lot of these records,
they've lasted forever.
Yeah, but
they're old,
right? I'm going to read you some stuff, and the youngest one is 14 years old.
Yeah,
which was 9 blocks by Dwight Howard in 2009.
I don't think that one's broken this year.
No, God, no, nope, no. 7 steals by Robert Horry in 1995. That one actually kind of like, you've got all these wonderful names there, and then like, oh wow, Robert Horry had 7 steals.
And you know, I did look that one up, and the most recent to get 6 blew me away. It was Kevin Love.
Really?
Yeah, in one of those Warrior matchups.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, that's such an outlier. Like, I guess I'm going to put that to the side if I had to pick one that was going to go.
Steals are kind of random in a sense.
Most assists, Magic Johnson, 21.
Jokic might get some in the teens, but
yeah, but to get 22 assists. I'm going to rank that. So I'm going to say steals number 1, assists number 2, most likely to be broken, which aren't going to be broken. This one will not. 40 rebounds. And Bill Russell did it twice.
2 times.
40 rebounds.
Ridiculous. All of the rebounds.
Like, if I were to ask you right now, hey, Jason, will there ever be a 30-rebound game in the NBA Finals over the next 50 years? Like, would you have to think about it?
I would say I don't think so.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't be like, oh, I think so.
Yeah.
And he had 40 twice. Different game back then. No offense to Mr. Russell, but it was just was a different game. This is an interesting one. Most points in a finals game. Elgin Baylor with 61.
Wow.
Dare I say, if there was anybody on either team that could do it, and I had to pick, like, if I had to lay odds on most likely, it's probably Jamal Murray with Jimmy right behind him.
I guess probably Murray. I still think maybe Jokic, like if they really let him, like he had the 50-point pretty effortless game against Phoenix, but still 61's that's a big number.
It would have to be one of those things where it's a blowout and they just leave him in and give him every shot. But I mean, there's not really a 60-point scorer in this series.
Yeah, and it's weird that, I mean, the scoring's different. Scoring is better. I mean, you have more threes, maybe fouls. It's just these records, though, I was a little stunned that they've all lasted this long.
Yeah, because on one hand, now what we don't have here, by the way, and what we're not giving context to is the records that have fallen, which I'm sure there are over the last few years. I'm sure that, every 3-point record, I'm sure, has fallen.
It's been smashed.
But we're talking, but here's the thing.
These are like the 5 main
we're not going on the
categories.
fringe here. These are points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Those are the 5 big
Been around
categories.
forever.
It's honestly, it's a different. You'd have to have the right personnel in there. Like, I could see Kobe Bryant breaking that finals scoring record for sure. Nobody's breaking the rebound record. I don't know. I mean, there's guys like obviously Stockton, Chris Paul, Rajon Rondo was always good for, it was really like a sneaky good, oh my God, when it came to assists was Ramon Sessions. I swear to God, he's had over 20 assists at least 3 times in his career.
Really?
Yeah, former King Ramon Sessions.
Wow.
Just like out of the blue. Like, wait, where did that come from? Rondo was the same way.
Yeah.
Rondo would have some crazy assist numbers sometimes. But you get to the finals. I don't, Jason, I am weirdly, I don't know if weird's the right word, but I'm so excited for this finals.
Oh, I am too. I always love the finals. Just the pageantry, I guess, of it all.
And I'm trying to think. It's weird because it's knowing what we know now. But I'll present this to you. JU2, taking the Kings out of the equation. Is there a finals matchup of the teams that made the playoffs? Is there a finals matchup? Like, give me a finals matchup where you'd be like, oh, I like this better.
Oh, I think there's others I would like better.
You're talking about the number 1 seed Nuggets, Michael Malone, Nikola Jokic, first time they would ever win a title versus the number 8 seed
Nuggets
Miami
Bucks.
Heat. You like that more than the Heat 8 seed storyline?
I do. Giannis.
I-
Sixers.
No, God. I do not, other than just hopefully watch the Sixers get destroyed. When it comes to the Bucks, they won it a few years ago.
So?
And they have Giannis. I don't know.
So is that the new standard? Like, we don't want to
No.
see matchups of teams that have won it before?
And by the way, I'm not saying, of course, you're not wrong. It's why
not.
my opinion's different. I like the underdog thing. That's exciting to me. Jason?
I mean, within what if Minnesota had made their first?
True.
Yeah. I'm not that attached to them or anything, but I wasn't not really that attached to Denver, but you find yourself becoming more attached as they go along.
If it were Minnesota, I wouldn't watch the NBA Finals.
Yeah, you would.
No, screw that team. No, I cannot. No.
Why do you hate Minnesota so much?
It's not that I hate them. I just don't like them. It's just there's nothing there.
Anthony Edwards?
That's it.
Well,
it's the only thing.
There's nothing there. Anthony Edwards? Well, yeah, Gobert's kind of a ween. Cat's kind of a ween too. I don't
Yeah,
think personally.
he's Weena Jace.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Mike Conley? Is that what we're doing? Hey, it's the Mike Conley show?
Anthony Edwards and Mike Conley.
Okay.
Also, they're in Minnesota. I've lived
I know.
there. It's not
cold.
great.
Yeah.
But am I wrong in saying that on one side you have, I know I'm not wrong in saying this, on one side you have an 8 seed.
Mm-hmm.
This would be the first time an 8 seed's ever won the NBA Finals. No, it's true.
No, I know it's true.
No,
It
it's
just
true.
doesn't have that Cinderella feel to it.
But then on the other side, I don't know. I don't want to do, first take Stephen A. hyperbole here. If the Denver Nuggets aren't the most disrespected number 1 seed in NBA history, I think they've got to be top 10 and in the conversation.
Yeah. Well, they sure have acted like it.
No, I feel like they're the most disrespected number one. All things considered, how good they actually are.
You had
like, remember Atlanta got the number one seed several years ago, but everyone knew that was kind of like,
I would submit this. I would say that there were at least 3 teams in the playoffs this year that most of your national media either had or wanted in the finals over Denver, and that would be the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Kevin Durant Suns. I believe all 3 ahead of the Nuggets, and I'll throw you another bone. I think the Kings have been more celebrated in the postseason up until this point than the Nuggets. It's like the story of the...
You could make the argument the Kings were more celebrated in the regular season than the Denver Nuggets.
I think you're right. So here you have the Nuggets, who all they did was go number 1 seed, did everything they had to do all year, had the 2-time reigning MVP, and just finished second. And by the way, last time I checked, Denver is not Oklahoma City or San Antonio. They're a decent sized market.
Oh, absolutely. Great sports town.
And you now have them going in. So you have an 8 seed that could win it for the very first time as an 8 seed. I get it. They're not really an 8 seed, but I still. And then you have maybe the most disrespected 1 seed of all time, who, by the way, it would also give a franchise that has been around a long time their first NBA championship.
You love it.
I love it so much. I'm super excited.
You're gonna cry if the Nuggets win. You can be honest.
I will
go to the parade.
Not do either, but I will be so happy for Michael Malone. And by the way, our friend of the show, Kunal Merchant, born and raised in Denver, diehard Nuggets fan. I know he's got all the credentials. He's been since day one, and I'm going to be really happy for him and guys like that are going to have a lot of fun. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? Let's go streaking. We'll do all that ahead of Kenny Thomas at 9 a.m. Don't go away. SactownSports.com.
Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy.
Purdy going to throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Debo 10. Debo. Touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
Simply Safe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish. Sounds easy. It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
It's May in California. The sun is out and the flowers are blooming. But even with the excitement of spring, everyday pressures can create stress and anxiety. Get the mental health help you need this Mental Health Awareness Month and every day with CalHope's free resources. Call or text our warm line at 833-317-4673. That's 833-317-4673. Or live chat at calhope.org today.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Carmichael Dave here. Spring here. Long, cold, rainy winter behind us. And I know you're counting the days until summer, but don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioning is working efficiently and safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from my friends at American Energy Heat and Air. Nothing worse than having your AC go out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today to make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or schedule your appointment online like I did last year around this time at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Don't wait till that AC goes out. Call my friends today, 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jay.
Who's hot?
Will you tell me?
With his third hit on Tuesday, the great Miguel Cabrera got his 5,272nd hit. That's a lot.
Wait, how much?
5,272. Isn't
that a record?
That's pretty good. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
3,000.
Total bases, not hits.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. He's now at 5,272 total bases, passing King Griffey Jr. for 15th all time at 5,271. He is now 37 total bases away from number 14 on the list. Care to guess who it is? I will give you a hint. This player played prominently throughout the 2000s and 2010s.
Manny Ramirez.
No, but
Miguel Cabrera.
You weren't here for the first part.
I was listening.
Third baseman.
Scott Rowland.
No. Good guess, though.
Third baseman throughout the 2000s and 2010s.
Played a long time.
Because I'm like rolling through. I'm like, okay.
Chipper Jones.
No.
Yeah,
I think
Chipper.
Rocky's wife.
Rocky's wife?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Adrian Beltre.
There you go.
Adrian Beltre, who, by the way, like, I love this conversation when it comes up. Like, arguably has the most underrated career of all time.
No, there's an argument there for sure.
Really does. When you talk about like super studs in baseball, how many players would you have to go through before you got to Adrian Beltre?
A lot.
Probably hundreds. I know we got to move on. Just want to do this for fun. I just want to remind everybody. Adrian Beltre had 3,166 hits. He had over 3,000 hits. He had 477 home runs. He had 1,707 RBI and 1,524 runs with a lifetime 286 batting average. He played for 20 years, 19 to 39 years old, 100% first ballot Hall of Famer. And honest to God, should be a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer.
He sucked with the Dodgers, though.
I mean, yeah, but him and Elvis Andrus, maybe my favorite two characters ever when they were on the Rangers. Just anytime there was a fly ball and Andrus always poking fun at him and having fun. Like, that was a fun little Abbott and Costello.
How many All-Star teams did Beltre make? There's quite a few, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, this is interesting because the way it lists, like, for example, in 2015, it has him listed as 7th in the MVP voting along with 2013. Does not have him on the All-Star team, though. That can't
very
be.
baseball-esque.
Yeah, but, well, according to this could be wrong. 1, 2, I've got him at 4 All-Star games.
It?
That can't be right. Hold on.
Is that baseball reference?
Yes.
No, that's probably right then.
That can't be right. You can't finish top 10 twice. And
it's baseball. What are you talking about? Of course you can. You know how many top 10 finishers in MVP voting didn't make the All-Star team those years? It's actually very fascinating.
I would like that number. You know what? Put that in your pipe and present it at some point.
Okay, I'll do the research on that.
He was a 4-time All-Star.
You're bothered by that, aren't you?
What kind of ass is that?
Guess he is underrated.
That is it, right. What? He finished. Hold on a second, dude. In 2004, Adrian Beltre led the major leagues with 48 home runs, 121 RBIs. That didn't lead the league, but he had 104 runs, 121 RBI, 200 hits.
They didn't make the
48
All-Star
home
team.
runs. He didn't make the All-Star team. He finished second in MVP voting, and he didn't make the All-Star team.
That was his breakout year with the Dodgers, and they didn't re-sign him.
How is that possible?
Where'd he go? Seattle after that or Texas?
He went to Seattle. He was 7th in MVP voting in 13 and 15 and 16 and didn't make the All-Star team.
So 4 times top 10 MVP voting in season.
I was already an Adrian Beltre stan, but like, oh my God.
Now you're mad.
I see the Twitter thing going on today. Like you're gonna go
Oh
off.
my God. I'm making a thread. 2 syllables. Thread on Adrian Beltre. All right, who's
the Braves. They lost the series to the A's. They aired it off yesterday.
Did the A's win the Olsen trade?
Clearly not. Or
Olsen
clearly,
and,
yes. The A's
Olsen
did, not
and
the
Murphy
Braves.
trade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My gosh. Get it together, Atlanta.
From the 916, Dave, I'll make you a wager. I'll take the Nuggets to win the series 4-1 or sweep. 20-piece fire wings for the winner.
Ooh.
So in 5 or less?
Yeah.
Do you know who you're making that bet with, first of all? No?
No, and the only, and by the way, this bet will happen, like, we're not having, like, a fire wings lunch together. No offense. I'll call in and buy your fire wings.
And you can pick it up.
Yeah, or I'll mail you a gift card. Exactly. I'll take that.
Come
bet.
on, man. I just want to hang.
You know what? I'll take
Chris Guerrero.
I will take that bet. Yes, I will. We now have a 20-piece fire wing.
Now you're rooting for Miami.
You just need the Heat to win 2 games.
Let's go. Adrian Beltre was in the league for like 50 years. He should have 3,000 hits. Come on.
It's true. The fact he didn't get to 500 home runs, I think that's where,
I think he held on and tried as best he could. But Adrian Beltre, I'm just going to say it. 5-time Gold Glover, 4-time All-Star. It's garbage.
4-time top 10 MVP voting.
4-time Silver Slugger. And he led the league in home runs in 2004.
Did not have you taking offense to Adrian Beltre's lack of All-Star appearances.
Especially baseball All-Star game, like basic. So many people
thing.
make it.
Right. Everyone makes.
That's the funny thing. Like on those years that Adrian Beltre didn't make it, it's because like rando Pittsburgh Pirate third baseman.
Right. Dude, honestly, it's like Pro Bowl adjacent, the All-Star game. Like, I guess I'll go. Yeah. Okay. That's garbage, dude. You know what? Adrian Beltre, I'm going to say it, most underrated baseball career of all time in history, in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Tim Raines might have an argument.
You do?
We underrate Tim Raines.
I'm not saying we don't underrate Tim Raines, but
we really underrate Tim Raines.
Tim Raines ain't no Adrian Beltre.
Good point.
Adrian Beltre ain't no Tim Raines.
Let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking!
We're streaking.
Yeah, we are.
Of course we're streaking.
Well, are we streaking?
Well, we're going to find out as yesterday we picked a real murderer's row of hitters.
What are we up to, Juan?
Dave, you were looking to get on the board with 1. Jason was looking to extend to 2. I was also looking to get on the board with 1. Jason, we will start with you. You went with a big bat. Oh, Shohei. Ohtani.
Okay.
Hit a 435-foot
foul ball
danger yesterday, and our highlight service didn't put it in.
Oh, come on.
He went 435, which I believe is the longest home run ever at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. And it's not in our highlights.
Hey, I'm at 2.
That's garb.
Yeah, so Jason, you are now at 2. David from Carmichael, California.
That's me.
You went with Wander Franco. Hey, I wonder if he got you a hit. He did.
Ah,
there you go.
finally.
Dave's streak is now at 1. I was a little sacrilege yesterday. Went with Michael Conforto of the San Francisco Giants. He's been hitting the ball very well.
That was only a 2-1 game, Jay.
Yeah, but Michael Conforto had 2 hits in that game for the Giants, so he continues to stay hot.
We all got hits.
Jason, you are at 2. Dave, you're at 1. I am also at 1. Gentlemen, do you have your players picked for today?
Yes, I will take Adrian Beltre.
All right. Probably still playing somewhere.
Clearly underappreciated.
By the way, the only there's 2 places Tim Raines has Adrian Beltre. He won 3 World Series titles, but that's not Adrian's fault. And he has 808 stolen bases.
That's a lot.
Obviously, that's a lot.
How many All-Star appearances?
Timmy Raines, 7-time All-Star.
Got him there. How many Gold Gloves?
That's not his fault.
0.
Yeah, 0 to Adrian's 5.
And he's silver. Did Silver Slugger even exist back then?
Yeah, it did. He had 1 in 86. Beltre had 4. Raines has a batting title, 1. Beltre was the home run leader once. But again, and I'm sorry, 3,166 hits, 477 home runs, 1,707 RBI. By the way, Tim Raines played 3 more seasons than Adrian Beltre.
So Adrian Beltre wasn't in good shape.
Tim Raines, trash.
That's an A's legend you're speaking about.
What Jay said it.
Yeah.
You know who was really dope for the A's too that nobody remembers is Tony Phillips. Just want to throw that out there.
Love Tony Phillips.
Who do I have?
R.I.P.
RIP is right.
Can I go next because I was too busy looking up Adrian Beltre numbers?
I'll go first.
Go, Jason.
How about from the Houston Astros? He's back. He's playing Jose Altuve.
Hey.
Little Josie.
Yep.
Davey, did you come up one yet?
Little Josie. I'm going to go with some day baseball if you don't mind. I'm going to take the Texas Rangers, and I'm going to go with a former A, once again, Marcus Semien.
Semien?
It's Semien.
I was going to say, we were changing that on the fly. I'm going to go with a very hot bat. I'm going with the home team. I believe he's looking to extend a hit streak to 20. So he's also streaking. I'm going to go with Canada's Fred Freeman. Dave's favorite Dodger.
You know what would be a fun twist of this game at some point we should do is like we should have like a random hat with all of our names in it. And like once a week we draw from the hat and whoever gets drawn has to take an A. No matter where you are in your streak, you have
Jay did it bravely.
It's like the whammy.
I believe it worked for me.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
No matter where you are in your streak. All right.
Dave, who'd you say again? I'm sorry.
I said Marcus Semien. All right. As we break here, before we get to Kenny Thomas, this is
Thomas.
We've been doing chips this morning, exotic chips brought to you by Jason Ross and his brother. So far, we have BLT, Mexican street corn Cheetos, enchilada Pringles, Cuban or Cubano sandwich style ridged Lay's potato chips, tangy ketchup, which was terrible. And then the last one we had was Cheetos cheese balls, Bolitas flavor, which I gave a 10. These look like little, not Funyun style, but little mini onion rings.
Yeah.
Or large Cheerios. There we go.
Into it.
Yeah.
Can you guess the flavor?
The audio there is just great. Definitely onion.
Don't overthink it.
It's just onion?
Yeah, just onion ring.
Onion ring? Mm-hmm. Wow. TGI Fridays, onion rings, corn snacks.
Delicious.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah, these are good.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
Really strong.
The only thing I would say,
and it doesn't feel as like Funyuns are great, but that feels really way more processed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, these aren't overpowering. Also, they're not
it tastes
destroying
like
the roof of my mouth.
Right. They honestly taste like crunchy onion rings, but without the ring in the middle.
Yeah,
you know, without that onion. I'm going to get, you know what, dude? I'm giving these a 9.
These are good.
Jason?
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 as well.
What did you give the, because you had tried all the others. What did you give the cheese balls?
Probably a 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I like this show.
Yeah.
It's a good show. We should do this every day. Hey, brother, get on it. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, you want to talk to Kenny Thomas?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I hope so, because he joins us right after this on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Pain is not normal. Repeat, pain is not normal. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here with the Good Feet Store. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the workday and the pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back is unrelenting. Good Feet understands that you've likely already tried assorted remedies and solutions with no relief. And now you're pretty much resigned to living with the pain. But do not give in to the pain. Instead, come to the Good Feet store for their end-to-end 3-step arch support system. Good Feet is the nation's largest manufacturer and retailer of personalized arch supports. With arch supports in over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities, and an arch support specialist in each store. Come in today for a free no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk around the store or around the center. Experience the comfort, balance, and support possible with the Good Feet system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now in Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
We see a lot of pollutants like trash, pet waste, cigarette butts, pesticides, and fluid leaks from vehicles on our highways and in our waterways. This isn't what we want. Clean waterways, clean creeks. Now that is what we want. You can help change this to that by picking up after your pet, properly disposing of litter, and reducing pesticide use. All Californians can protect our waterways. Learn how at BeRiverFriendly.net.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is his job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws it up plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Can you ever go down the rabbit hole of looking at dogs get haircuts, or is that just me? Good morning. Oh, now he's putting the headphones in. Sorry, you didn't. Hello, Kenny. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. What's up, man?
You ever go down the rabbit hole of watching dogs get haircuts on YouTube?
Oh, I didn't think you were talking to me. That sounds horrible, Dave. What are you talking about?
Is it like little cute dogs getting
manicured?
Getting manicured.
Trimmed up.
Yeah.
No, man.
No?
I don't know nothing about that. Jason, what is this guy talking about already?
It's a great.
Allow him to do this.
Are you not a dog guy, Kenny?
Kenny's a dog guy.
No, I love animals. I'm a dog guy, but that's kind of random, Dave.
You're
Dave.
kind of random, Kenny. Kenny Thomas joins the That's a great comeback.
Yeah.
Are you still in looking now? Are you still in New Mexico?
Yeah, I'm in New Mexico right now. I'm actually outside of the capital, Santa Fe, up in Espanola. I got a meeting with a casino up here about doing a golf tournament in September. I'm meeting with the CEO, trying to see what's up.
Oh, well, speaking of golf tournaments, Kenny, we had Daniel, a big fan of yours, that called during the break and wanted to know did you have another golf tournament here recently? How'd that one go?
No, I'm actually coming this coming Saturday for a golf
gotcha.
tournament there. It's the Precious one. It's for trafficking women. Going to that. Then I got to come right back to New Mexico for on the 10th for an appearance I got with my Ford dealership up in Santa Fe, who's obviously going to be a partner in this golf tournament as well. And I got Coca-Cola Santa Fe. So I'm just trying to bring it all together. And at the same time, it's for the Boys and Girls Club up north, which is up in Espanola, who I'm going to be supporting as well.
Wait, when you say your Ford deal, please tell me it's Kenny Thomas Ford.
Tell you what?
Please tell me, you said your Ford dealership, right? Please tell me it's Kenny
No. My Ford dealership partner. I wish I had.
I was like, oh my God, Kenny! Like Kenny Thomas Ford would be amazing.
No. That sounds amazing, but I can't take that one. Man.
All right. Listen, good to hear you're doing well and finally starting to expand your horizons and become an entrepreneur for the first time. So. I want to recycle some of the conversations we've had earlier now that we're talking to the pro NBA player. Let's just start with the simple one. Who do you have winning the series? And if you had to pick, in how many games?
I got Denver, obviously. And I got them in 6, actually. The way that Miami pulled off that Game 7 win, I'm assuming nobody thought that they were going to win because, one, Boston playing at home, and Boston had the momentum by winning those 3 games. And, man, Tatum, there's a lot of guys that end up getting hurt during that game, but it comes with the territory. Hats off to the Miami Heat and the fact that Udonis Haslem, man, he's a 20-year guy, and he's able to get back there and hopefully get a chance and be able to get this win. Maybe get a win, but I got Denver.
Yeah. And what? Because Jokic, the team play too strong, home court. Like, what are your reasonings behind? Which makes sense. I mean, a lot of people are picking Denver. Why are you going with Denver?
I mean, obviously, Denver's had a great postseason, right? As far as being at home, they're a team that has now. I don't think they've lost a game at home, maybe one. But the way Denver is gelling right now, it seems like they all know their role, right? And there's a variety of different things that they bring to the table to where Caldwell Pope is playing really good ball right now, and the fact that he's been there and he knows how to win, right? And the Joker, 2-time MVP, but the way he's playing right now has been phenomenal. So I expect Denver to at least get off to a good start. And I mean, if Miami can go into there and win game 1 or 2, it would be amazing, but I just don't see it happening.
Udonis Haslem is less than 3 years younger than you. That's it. Like that's not an old joke at you. It's just more of a recognition of the fact that he's still, even though he's not really playing, but still obviously an important enough member of that team to take up a roster spot. And that's kind of where I go to Miami. Kenny, am I wrong in saying if Miami wins the series, it's not because of talent level necessarily, it's because of that mental, that dog in them, and Haslem's a part of that?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Dave. Pat Riley obviously has seen something in him because he's been there, I think, all of it, the majority of his career. I don't think he's gone anywhere else.
No, his whole career.
So the fact that he brings some type of leadership, some type of structure to where obviously Haslem has been there because he's been a part of the LeBron James situation, the Shaq and Dwayne Wade opportunity there that happened. So he's been there. He knows. And they even have Hero that's out. And they've gotten to the points to where they are, right? But the fact that Robinson has come in and he's played pretty good ball. But you got to give your hat off to that young fella. Man, what's his name? The guard.
Caleb Martin.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Talk about somebody that's playing some great ball and that's trying to get a contract right now.
Yeah. Kenny, on the other side of things for Boston, they were coming in as favorite. They nearly pulled off the comeback. They fall short, and now everything the last day and a half has been what to do with Boston. It seems like it makes a lot of sense to run it back, but when you're close, sometimes people get antsy and want to change things. What would you do if you're the Celtics with what has been a really good team that just hasn't quite gotten over the hump?
To me, I would say run it back. They probably got to add a couple pieces to where that bench, somebody could come in and be a little bit more dominant, right? But look at the Warriors situation. I mean, nobody thought the GM at this point would be leaving, especially when the Warriors seems like everything is about to blow up, right? It's kind of the same thing with Boston. You got to keep that team together, hopefully, and run it back. And there's so many different things that's going on, even about Green coming to Houston. Not Houston, my bad, to Sac. And there's just a lot of different things going on, a lot of rumors. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Boston and also with the Warriors. I got to throw the Warriors out there, obviously, because I work for NBC. But it's just a lot of different things going on right now. And I like that UCLA shirt, Jason.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you. Kenny Thomas joining us. Kenny, when you talk about it's interesting what you said about Boston, because we were talking about that. Like, Jaylen Brown's going to make $60 million the year after next in the Supermax per year. They were short last year in the finals. They were just short this year in the Eastern Conference Finals. So on one hand, it's like, how do you fix mental and do you break it up? On the other hand, they're in a better position than 27 or 28 other teams in the league. So in your mind, you keep it together, huh?
Yeah, I would. Williams, he's a key factor. Taking up the paint and being that shot blocker for Boston. He was out a good, nice piece of the season. And then they say he had some kind of stomach virus during that game. But, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like excuses, can't be accepted. Those guys make a significant amount of money, and they have to come out and be professional and perform. And obviously, I think Boston is probably missing a couple pieces. It just depends on what those pieces are. And they got a young coach. So it's going to be interesting to see how they gel and what changes that they make. But it's kind of like the Sacramento Kings. The Kings are going to have to make a couple changes too, right? It depends on who's staying and who's not.
Do you you ever have to play a game with a stomach virus or some crazy sickness?
Man, sometimes you can go. It all depends on the situation. Everybody's different. I'm pretty sure there was an IV involved at some point to try and get the fluids back in. I would assume that's what we did back in the day. But imagine Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan was sick when he played in that Utah game, right? It looked like he was about to die. It comes down to that hunger and that desire. I mean, how bad do you want it?
But let me put it this way, and you're going to get it. Were you ever confronted with a situation where you were right on the fence about playing and you ended up playing, but you were worried in the back of your head that you might have a Paul Pierce wheelchair situation? Was it ever that bad?
Or the big fella getting hit in the temple for the Lakers when he had a wheelchair situation.
Yeah.
Man, I had a lot of situations in SAC to where the way that it was going with all the coaches that I had there, you never knew, but it was just a unique situation, man. I had to play. If I couldn't play, I basically had to be like limping, right? Because I was trying to solidify myself to be able to try and continue to play those last couple of years to where I could possibly get another contract. But obviously that didn't happen for me. But, man, it comes down to the organization as well. But the new rule is you have to play, 65 games to receive awards and this and that coming up this year. So it's going to be interesting how people end up playing more games rather than resting like everybody's been doing. Resting was not an option when I played. Yeah.
All right. That is Kenny Thomas. He is right near City Hall, I believe.
I'm in the casino lobby, bud.
Which
all this Native American stuff.
Oh, what's the name? We don't. They're not an advertiser. What do you know the name of the casino? Oh, look at that. What's the name of the casino?
Man. Oh no, yeah, Buffalo Thunder up in Espanola. See, I don't want nobody to hear this, even though it's in Sacramento.
Why?
I don't want nobody to hear this and start hating yet.
Why would they hate on you?
Man, you never know.
Well, that's true. Well, enjoy yourself. There's a flea market at Buffalo Thunder going on right now. I can see it on my schedule here. And maybe on your way back as you're going down 285, stop at Gabriel's. Nice.
What did you get there?
Gabriel's Restaurant, 4.5 stars out of 5.
Hey, man. Hey, there's a nice spot called Danny's Burgers up in Espanola. I got to go like maybe 15 more minutes up. It's worth it. I'm going to go up there and get a Danny's Burger and ride that thing back in my Ford vehicle.
Okay. Text us a picture if you can. And we appreciate your time as always, big guy. Appreciate you.
Man, thank you so much. Hey, I'll be in Sac next Wednesday. Obviously, I'll be doing the show from there. So,
Nice.
Hey, if you guys want me to come in, I'll come in.
Okay. We'll let you know.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you both.
All right.
Thanks, Jay.
See you. Right. It's Kenny Thomas. The one, the only, going to get himself a burger. You know what I'll bet you is amazing is like some sort of like green chili.
Oh, yeah.
New Mexico
Yeah,
burger.
for
Oh,
sure.
my God. We'll take a break. I need green chili flavored chips.
Maybe they're coming up.
When we come back, we've got something new in the Parade O chips. What? How did I miss this in the pre? Really? Oh, Christ.
I didn't either.
You didn't? Okay.
It just showed up.
Today's an anniversary for Sacramento Kings fans, and basically root canal and a colonoscopy, the sports radio version. Don't go away. It's coming up right after this.
Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Hand off McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feel super, baby! The 5-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season.
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
Quick Quack Car Wash is excited to announce Ceramic Duck, the stronger, shinier, luckier car wash experience that can only be found at Quick Quack. Their new Ceramic Duck car wash provides unparalleled protection from dirt, grime, rain, and UV rays while giving your car a noticeably deeper shine and smoother finish. With consistent use, you'll build a shine that will have you looking spectacular for days. Try the premium wash at 50% off by texting DUCK to 41284. So come on, experience Ceramic Duck today. You and your car will be glad you did.
For over 20 years, the one MMA organization that has put countless legends on the map returns. On Saturday, June 17th, Gold Country Casino presents King of the Cage. Don't miss high-octane cage action with the return of Eric Smith, JJ Torres, Andrew Kirkwood, Junior Gennaro, Angel Banuelos, Chase Miles, and much more. Tickets on sale now at goldcountrycasino.com. Doors open at 6 p.m. Fight card schedule subject to change.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
A little bit of a switch up.
Yeah, to change the palette.
Yeah, Jason, in his biannual Parade of Chips, brought to you by his brother, who always makes sure to tell me the better looking one. That's his words. His words, not mine.
Well, he's wrong.
We have had BLT chips, Mexican street corn chips. I actually wrote Mexican ST period corn, and I almost said Mexican Saint corn, which would be amazing. Enchilada Pringles, Cubano ridged chips, tangy ketchup chips, cheese ball version of Cheetos, Bolitas flavor, which was amazing. I don't even know what a bolita is, but it tastes good. And the last one we had, onion rang, and it was great. Jay Mars, if you would please pick up your sack. And
got my cans on.
The thing with we have what looks like popcorn.
If this is a chip, I'm going to be super surprised. It's like cocoa popcorn. It tastes like a Cocoa Puff. It's not caramel corn, it's cocoa corn.
Yeah, this is like,
dude, it's Cocoa Puffs.
Cracker Jack style popcorn. And I 100% agree with you. It's like hot chocolate popcorn.
So you're going hot chocolate popcorn and Jay
I'm going to go
saying
Cocoa Puffs.
Dave, please read what that is.
Wow. Hot chocolate popcorn. Oh, no.
That's fantastic.
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Nails it. On the dot.
It's actually really tasty.
It really is. Well,
9.5.
You got close. It's Cocoa Puffs popcorn with cocoa glaze.
Ah, darn it.
You know, for a flavored popcorn, I'm going to give that a solid 8. That was good.
9.5.
Oh, 9.5.
Wow, you really like that.
Really hit the Cocoa Puff nostalgia as a child.
Jason Ross.
8.5.
Fantastic.
All right.
Cool.
So you throw out mine and the Russian judge over there. It looks like that's a.
Excuse you.
What I'm saying. You had the high and the low.
No, the Russian judge, you jerk.
What? What's wrong with that?
Really?
Wow.
I am not a commie.
Wow. Neither are they, pal. Jeez. Read your history books.
I have. I watched the Tetris movie.
What else? Oh,
Are you trying to avoid this anniversary?
I had something else
Okay.
actually I wanted to get to real quick before we got to that. Did you know that today the Florida State's playing softball against Oklahoma State in the finals? And I thought we should break that down for the next
12 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on softball?
I enjoy it. Back to you.
Mm-hmm. Jay?
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Fine.
I wanted to revisit this.
What, the night we had together?
Yes.
When we were on
our
vacation?
anniversary.
It's
our anniversary.
Our big anniversary. We were eating Cocoa Puff flavored popcorn.
21 years ago.
A child born on the day of the greatest heist in NBA history is going to be able to legally drink today. You want to feel old? Good. Because 21 years ago today, the Sacramento Kings lost Game 6 to the Lakers.
Can you pull up the box score? Is it as much of a heist as you're saying?
Wow.
21 years later. I'm just doing this just to do it.
I don't know. I feel like your childhood Laker fan is coming out.
Let's see.
Like without
Kings,
even looking
Lakers,
at it, Dave, just give me your best
6.
guess of what the free throw discrepancy was.
1,000-2.
Jay's got 1,000-2.
Well, I know that in the fourth quarter is the one we always talk about, but I want to say in reality, I think the discrepancy was like, it was actually like 6 or 8 or something like that. I could be wrong.
It's more dramatic than that. But you'll have the final numbers there.
Okay, you know how like popcorn has that little thing that sometimes sticks to the roof of your. Somehow when I was talking, it went into my nasal cavity and is now stuck.
It's not supposed to be there.
Ugh, sucks. I just snorted cocoa freaking puff popcorn. I don't
with cocoa glaze.
Is that what you're doing during Game 6?
Yeah, exactly. All right, 112-106 was the final in this one. The LA Lakers were 27 of 33 for an 82%.
Wait, that's Game 6?
No, that's games. Wait, hold on. No, that's Game 7. Hold on. I put Game 6 in there, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
I think they only lost by 4.
Yeah,
you're not doing the right clicky.
You shush. There we go.
You shush.
106-102 was your final. Excuse me. 34 of 40 were the Lakers. 85%.
Oh, Shaq.
Yeah, dude. Shaquille O'Neal was 13 of 17. Which, by the way, just for funsies, let me go back here. What'd I say he was 13 of 17?
Yeah.
13 of 17, which means 24. He was 24 or 32 in the final 2 games from the line.
Yeah, when the Kings were just I remember him being good in Game 7, and the Kings were awful, but I didn't realize he had 2 good games.
Kings were 16 of 30.
Yeah.
And the fact that Shaquille O'Neal, and this is something that probably shouldn't be talked about, but it should be. Shaquille O'Neal had a higher free throw percentage than the Sacramento Kings in the last 2 games of the series.
That's rough.
I mean,
compliment to him, but rough for the Kings.
Yes. Yeah. Like the whole.
Like he went way above the norm and the Kings dropped.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hack a Shaq
was irrelevant.
It was invented for him.
Yeah.
And yet he shot a higher percentage than one of the better shooting free throw teams.
So when I looked at this last night, I was looking at it. I go, okay, I just envision it being like 50 free throws to like 10. It wasn't as dramatic. It was bad. It was 100% bad. I'm not trying to paint it any other way.
Right.
Where it starts to go bad, though, when you do a dive without looking at the game again. When did Pollard, how many minutes did he play?
Scott Pollard fouled out in 11 minutes.
Exactly. There was a bunch of guys in foul trouble.
Vlade Divac fouled out. Chris Webber had 5.
What killed me, though, I did the fourth quarter. Just the fourth quarter. I want to say the Lakers made 4 shots.
Yeah.
And the last one, I think Shaq made one with like 50 seconds left. But before that, I think he made one with like about 6 minutes left. All it was free throws.
The whole thing.
Obviously it was a penalty,
sure.
But still, it's like there's the famous one, obviously, where Kobe, elbows Bibby in the nose, and Bibby's called for the foul, which was his only foul, by the way.
It was. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
But you just went, man.
Lawrence Funderburk, by the way, gets the fouls per minute, 3 fouls in 6 minutes.
Yeah, he had to play at the end because everybody was fouling out.
It was, everybody was fouling out, and that fourth. By the way, just in case you're wondering, 55-46.
Yeah.
Was your second half score in favor of the Lakers. They win the game by 4.
Yeah, all that, and Bibby had a shot for 3, if I remember, in the last 30 seconds, 20 seconds maybe to tie it. Missed it.
Patrick on the text on the YouTube chat, we got to go. Walker's 2-point shot, refs count as 3. That was not game 6.
It was game 4.
That was game 4. Yeah, we'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch for?
More chips.
What the heck is
Final
going
round.
on with Scott Pippen? And the finale of our chip tour around the world. We'll do that next. SactownSports.com.
It's Cattles and Rami.
A baseball is traveling nowadays 105 miles per hour. Every other job that requires that much precision has been handed over to technology. Why not with umpires?
Well, first of all, I don't know about you. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. And I'm not a big fan of let's give the human jobs to the robots because I don't want the robots to be my overlords. We're already halfway there and we don't need any more of that.
This is not the beginning of Terminator. This is baseball, okay?
That's what they said at the beginning of Terminator.
Cattles and Rami. Weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Are you tired of sky-high energy bills? Well, ACR Solar and Home Services can help you out. With over 40 years of experience, ACR Solar and Home Services is the name you can trust for all of your solar needs. Now, what makes them stand out? Well, they handle everything in-house, so you don't have to deal with any third-party contractors. And they don't just offer a one-size-fits-all solution. ACR Solar and Home Services customizes every solar system to meet your unique needs, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner. But that's not all. ACR Solar and Home Services also offers additional services like roofing, battery backup, and pool solar. So they truly are your one-stop shop for all things solar. Don't wait any longer to take control of your energy bills. Contact ACR Solar and Home Services today and start saving big with solar power. Believe me, you won't regret it. So go to acrsolar.com to find out more.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything from living rooms to sofas to sectionals to dining rooms to home offices and so much more. And while you're there at Naturewood Home Furnishings, don't miss the parking lot clearance featuring drastically reduced closeouts, floor samples, and discontinued items now up to 50% off and more. Right now at the Naturewood Memorial Day sale, you can save in the store and in the parking lot. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. CalHope can help. Access CalHope's free and secure mental health resources. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Now through Memorial Day, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? Prioritize your health and address those issues you've been ignoring. Revive Men's Health Sacramento has guaranteed low T and ED solutions. Book your free exam and T-check today and save $199. And find out how you can get a free 1-month supply of custom ED medication. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com today.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Warriors general manager Bob Myers decided he was stepping down from the franchise yesterday.
The bottom line is his job, and I would say this for any professional general manager or coach, requires complete engagement, complete effort, 1,000%. And if you can't do it, then you shouldn't do it. And so that's the answer to the question of why.
In 11 seasons as the Warriors GM, Myers helped guide the team to 4 NBA titles and won 2 Executive of the Year awards. The Giants' 5-game winning streak came to an end last night as they lost to the Pirates 2-1 at Oracle Park, and the A's walked it off.
Now it turns, here it is, and it's a ground ball toward third. Riley has got it, bobbles it, picks it up, throws it up plate, and too late, and the A's have won it.
Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, come off a potty break. I got a lot of stuff going on in my desk here. So help me out, guys. I see a giant coffee filter with a bevy, just a whole.
It's the last 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 final chips, if you will.
Yeah.
Of the Jason Ross Torta chip.
And there are some heat on it.
What is this? Is this for
that's something separate.
Nate?
Yeah.
Is that after the show?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all day we've been doing this tour of chips, complete with grades and everything. We'll do the final ones right now. Get that out of the way.
And so far, it's been a rousing success.
It really has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had one stinker.
Yeah, the tangy
ketchup sucked. Yeah. Just go straight to hell. Ketchup chip.
This we'll see. You pick where you're starting so Jay can do the same, and I haven't tried any of these.
And thanks to you and your brother for this, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. What do you say we go with the puffy Cheeto first? Okay. This is a puffy Cheeto. Brown. Puffy. Oh, what the hell that is?
Not a lot of flavor.
A little salt.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I could eat a handful of these, but
kind of nondescript.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Is it just Gouda flavored Cheetos puffs?
Okay. Jay?
Vegan.
Vegan?
Tastes like vegan. These are mozzarella stick TGI Friday mozzarella stick corn snacks. That makes a little
nothing like a mozzarella stick.
I mean,
it's cheese.
It's cheese,
and it's a puff,
and it looks like a mozzarella stick in puff form.
The onion rings were incredible.
They were great.
The taste is fine. It's just not really there, and I think the.
All
I don't
right.
know. I feel like it's kind of a false description.
You want to pick our next stop on tour?
Can we grade first?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give that a 4.
Oh wow!
You know, I don't.
I'm really upset.
You're a rough judge, Jay.
But that's you're giving it a lower score than the ketchup
because it's kind of false advertisement. The ketchup is not false. It's just trash.
It's a 7.
All right, so you're going 7.
Yeah.
He's going 4.
Jay's a tough judge.
I'm gonna give it a 6. Like it is what it is. It's.
I think if we had started with that, you'd be like, "This is fine."
Yeah, it's fine.
But you've had a good run today.
There's a high bar.
Yeah. All right.
Where next, Jay?
Let's go with the Cool Ranch Doritos looking chips.
Yeah, these do very much look like Cool Ranch Doritos.
Okay.
Smell like Cool Ranch Doritos.
Tastes like Cool Ranch Doritos.
So
I'm gonna say they're Cool Ranch Doritos.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, this is just different packaging. Minis.
Oh. Cool Ranch Minis.
In like what looks like to be a Pringles can.
I'm going to give it
It's Cool Ranch. It's classic.
10 out of 10.
I mean,
it's perfect chip.
It's Cool Ranch. Yeah.
I like them.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm eyeing these.
You left the 2 hot ones for the end?
Oh, I didn't know these were. I didn't know.
They will have some meat. That one?
One of them's definitely, you can tell us.
Yeah, that one, true. This is a orange. It looks like a pretzel-y.
It is a pretzel.
Okay. All right. So. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
It was great radio.
What's the flavor, you guys?
I don't know, like chili pretzel, but not really chili. Just I don't know, spicy pretzel.
Jay,
I don't know.
Great guess, Jay. Buffalo wing. Okay, you know what? All right,
Yeah, that has the buffalo wing flavor. Okay.
You know what? That brings it back. I think it's
that's solid. That's a representation.
7.5.
I was gonna go 7.5 as well.
Okay. Over here. Jason Ross didn't like it.
6.
Yeah. Wow, that's you're even a nice grader. Like that.
But I like pretzel. It was just fine.
All right. And we finish off. This is a wavy lay style chip. It
looks like it's got.
It looks like it's gonna burn in the morning.
I know.
I don't really want
to.
Hello.
It has almost like a general chicken flavor, but spicy.
Oh, I don't. Oh,
it's got a late kick.
Yeah, it does.
There it is. Oh. You know, it's funny. We just had.
I'm gonna go General Chicken.
We just had buffalo wings.
General Chicken.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. Here's what's funny. We just had buffalo wing, but I swear to God, this tastes like Frank's Red Hot sauce. So I will go with. I know it's not it. I will go Frank's Red Hot sauce flavored chips.
And Jay said General Chicken.
These are Takis waves. These are fuego.
And it's chili. What's it say?
Hot chili pepper and lime.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is really the 2 key ingredients of Frank's Red Hot, as everyone knows that.
So we're both right.
No, we're not. Let's see. The Takis.
I'll go 6.5.
Chili. I mean, I got to be honest, as I'm sitting here writing this up, I still have a little bit of the burn, but it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You've been taking your antibiotics?
I'm gonna go. I have. I'm gonna go a solid 7. What did you say?
6.5.
6.5. Jason Ross.
5.
Wow, the worst grade of all. You hated these more than any.
I just won't eat those again.
Yeah. So overall, it looks like combined score wise, your average score, there was actually a tie between the Cheetos Bolitas and Mexican street corn, both with an average score of 18. But I'm going to give the winner, I think, because I graded on a cheese ball scale. I think this is Mexican street corn Cheetos, correct?
And the Cool Ranch Doritos.
But that's just Cool Ranch, right?
Exactly.
Jay loves those. Jay's taking this can home.
I'll go the Cool Ranch Dorito, but of those 2 that you're mentioning, I very slightly favor the street corn Cheeto. I'm gonna be honest though, the one that came out of left field that was great for me was the Cocoa Puff.
The popcorn.
Yeah.
The onion rings were good.
Those were delicious. Yeah.
I think we can all agree the loser was tangy ketchup.
Yeah, it was trash.
Yeah, tangy ketchup. They just need to stop that right now.
Don't ever do that.
Don't ever do that again. Well, Jason, thank you. That was
that was fun.
That was fun. Much like I hope that today's game between the A's and Braves is fun.
Little day baseball.
Yeah.
A's. I think this would be if they win their first 3-game win streak.
If the A's win today, they will have a 3-game winning streak. Will they have another 3-game winning? Oh, no, you know what? I'll change it. I will set after not counting today in this current streak.
I don't think they're going to win today.
Okay. I'm still going to right now. No. Yes. Counting today, then. I will set the over-under at A's 3-game winning streaks for the rest of the year at 1.5. 1.5 counting today. So if they win, they just have to have one more, and you win the bet.
I'll take the over. Stop.
Sorry.
One more 3-game win streak?
If they win today. because that's one. I'm basically saying
take the under.
You take the under. Wow. Meanwhile, I say wow like that's like a hot controversial take. Meanwhile, the Pirates at the Giants. Fellas, stop what you're doing. It's 9:37, and I got to tell you, we got a lot of day baseball today.
Yeah, we do.
How about that? We'll start out at 10 a.m. Rangers and Tigers, 11:10 Angels, White Sox, 11:20 Rays, Cubs, Guardians and Orioles at noon, and then you got the Bravos and the Athletics at 12:37. Followed just golly, I say 8 minutes later, Pirates and Giants, Keller versus Wood on the bump, and the Giants a slight favorite in this ball game. We got day baseball, kids. And
you're going to watch a bunch of it today? You're going to go home, pop some popcorn?
Exactly what my schedule is.
Make an icy and
I'm going straight over to the golf course. I'm getting a lesson because I got this charity thing at Friday. And
why do you still take lessons?
Because I suck.
I know, but they haven't helped.
And the last time I played golf, the only reason I'm playing, last time I played golf was the McGooney tournament where I lost 17 balls in 18 holes.
And so you think now you're just going to lose 13?
I hope after a lesson, Mr. Nice and supportive, that I am less.
Trying to support you. Stop wasting your money.
Play in this tournament.
You're going to lose anyways.
What do you want me to do? You want me back out of the tournament? This is my dad's Rotary Club tournament for Easter Seals. I can't back out.
It's not about backing out. It's just like, man, just go play and have fun.
I will not have fun losing 18 balls. 17, 16. That is not fun for me.
Balls will be lost regardless.
I would rather get a colon check than lose 17 balls over 8, because at least the check is going to be a half an hour. This is a colonoscopy for 4.5 hours with a bunch of drunk people. That's what I experienced last time. I don't want that again Friday for charity. So I got a lesson today. Then I'm going to storm the castle.
Shoot 6 under now.
Then I'm going to storm the castle for a couple hours, and then I got an 8th grade graduate. By the way, I'm sorry. Storm the castle means I'm playing Zelda. That's not a euphemism.
You sure?
I'm going to go home and storm the castle.
May 31st.
And then 8th grade graduation. And
all right.
Congratulations, my son Mason. You graduated 8th grade.
So no day baseball.
No day. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm missing it. I wish I wasn't. What is this thing we're doing afterwards? We might as well preview it.
Yeah, it's Nate's wanting us to pick via social media here a lineup of point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center for the Sacramento Kings, but you can only spend $15.
I've seen these before.
And there's a $5 category, 4, 3, 2, 1, so on and so forth. I think I've got my team, but it's really difficult.
Okay. All right. So
you got to do
bargains
it too.
on here, by the way.
There are some bargains on here. We'll take a break.
You see the $1 center?
Oh God.
Yours.
Symbol R.
Yeah.
Could be mine. We'll take a break. When we come back, celebrity birthdays, news and notes, and cross talking with Chris and Kyle next.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
It's probably one of the best starting points I could have had starting in the NBA, Sacramento.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there.
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants like lemongrass and geraniol and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Welcome back. We are joined by Kyle and Chris and Kyle, who will be taking the torch all the way till 2 p.m. Hey, guys, how are you?
Good. What's going on, man?
Good. Just, another day, whatever. Eating chips all day.
Yeah.
Jason provided all kinds of different chips. We had
My favorite day of the year.
we had BLT flavored Mexican street corn, enchilada, tangy ketchup. It was terrible.
Yeah, tangy ketchup was not Tangy good. ketchup was bad?
It was
Yeah.
really
Okay.
bad, dude.
A little too much ketchup.
Yeah. Buffalo wing.
Didn't have that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of
They're all in there.
Oh, they're in there?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they're all in there.
Stuff going on today, and we got NBA Finals tomorrow. Finally,
Let's go.
Finally.
Kyle. I was saying earlier how we were talking about somebody texted that's a teacher and said, "Hey, every year he does this too. He's like, I'm off for 3 months. Time to drink beer and hang out. And great to be a teacher," which I agree. And I said, I'd rather be Katie though, for example, because the basketball season ends and she's done till September, October.
Yeah.
So now you're a hard worker and you're coming in here and doing
Exactly.
all this. But are
So you're saying Katie's not?
No.
Just saying Kyle is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not about
He's
who's
not putting her
Yeah.
down to
Yeah.
boost me up.
Right.
No, that's not that.
Dave never.
Katie's got a great. Look at it. Katie's got a great work ethic. Here's the thing, though, is that she's going to spend the next 6 months like picking weeds out of
Yeah,
her front
she's, like,
yard by hand,
adding on to the
Sounds
house.
pretty
Yeah.
difficult. Refinishing antique furniture that she picked up at and stressing out about it. Do you have? And my long preamble is: do you have anything fun, family or not? Do you have something planned? For
A lot of vacations.
Yeah.
Actually, in a couple of weeks, me and my son going down to Los Angeles. U.S. Open men's golf tournament. Yep, just me and him rented a nice house.
Oh, that's
bachelor
awesome.
pad for him and I.
Nice.
So doing that.
That's cool.
Going to the U.S. Women's Open at Pebble Beach.
Wow.
That's at Pebble. I think I'm going to take in Vegas Summer League and a 2-week trip back east.
Look at
Boston
you.
and Phillies.
How old
and
your
New
boy?
York. 13.
Took him to the All-Star game, right?
Took him to the All-Star
Yeah.
game, too. Yeah.
I'm a crappy dad.
You send your wife and him out to the golf course for 5 hours.
Get her out golfing while playing Zelda and smoking brisket.
And spend most of the show going,
Yeah.
I don't want to go to his graduation.
Graduation tonight. God, you're going all over the world with
Oh,
it,
my
making
gosh.
memories and all that. Good for you.
Because he's not going to want to hang out with me at some point.
No, you're not.
He's going to be doing his own thing. So
100% right.
I'm trying to get it all in.
Good for you. I'm going to have to wear that for the rest of the
Yeah.
day. God bless you, Kyle Draper. Today is National Savior Hearing Day. I bring that up only as a shout out to our colleagues Nick and Rami. Every morning, guys, when we come in, I always show it to Jason. I'll plug my headphones in, and without even putting them on, I can hear everything that's. I don't know how high they turn them up, but I can tell you this
uncomfortably.
They will not be able to hear people when they're old. 100%. Say you got.
They're already struggling, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your IFB for the TV stuff. I'm guessing you don't blast it.
No,
right?
not at all.
Right.
Not at all. Yeah, that's damaging your ears.
Yes.
Like, seriously.
You know, it's an amazing thing that I would say 98% of the public has no idea and are shocked when we tell them, or if it comes up somehow, that whether it's radio or especially TV, that you have somebody talking in your ear half the time and you're just on the air doing your thing. And they don't realize that we have that IFB in there. As a matter of fact, in the oh my God, I'm calling him out, but only because I love him. But I noticed this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't you on the podium with Eric Armstead during the playoffs when he came in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You asked him a question, and I swear somebody IFB the next segment, and Eric went right into like picking something. It was picking.
Yeah, he responded to what he heard from somebody else.
I thought
producer
so.
talking in the ear.
And I don't,
you remember that? You noticed that? Huh?
Well, and that's the thing. I don't think it's normal to notice that. But if you're in the business, you like. Well, did Eric just have a brain freeze there and completely answer the wrong question? I'm turning to my wife and I go, he's got an IFB in. Somebody IFB'd him, and he's not used to that.
And usually, you're not supposed to do that. It's because we have split eyes.
Right?
They should just talk to me and not the guest.
Right.
But somehow that time
crossed over,
and exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Eric. Love you. And Eric will be joining the show either tomorrow or Wednesday, by the way. I had this gala this Thursday, very special gala for Eric Armstead. Not just raising money, but Birdie tells me something cool is going to happen to him that night. Today's National Flip Flop Day, which I believe is different from a sandal. I just would like to quickly go around the room. Gentlemen, we're all, three of us are middle-aged. One of us is baby, but either way. Are any of you guys, are you yay or nay socks and sandals around the house?
Around the house.
Around the house.
That's different than in public.
Yes,
it's
a
lot
different.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
That is different.
Ooh. I will say I'm a sock and sandal guy around the house because
like a slide you're talking about?
Yeah, yes.
Because it's weird in a flip flop.
Yeah, you can't do it with a little thing.
That's serial killer stuff right there.
Right. I agree with you.
I do around the house.
Around the house.
I don't do that.
You
no.
don't?
I just I don't like socks, first of all. Like
so you go home and you're into bare feet pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm a Crocs guy.
Okay.
See?
But do you have socks with those or just bare feet?
No, but just bare feet.
Do the Crocs leave the house?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's a very strong line that I feel like
right.
people have to draw. It's like once the Crocs leave the house,
Right.
you've made a very, very big decision.
You made a life decision.
Yeah, and there's no going back from it.
And I know this is a personal question, but we know each other a little bit, I hope. Do you not have a sweaty foot? I have a sweaty foot problem. No, when I
do not have sweaty feet.
Okay, when I wear, unless they're, like leather or something that's absorbent. If I'm wearing like a plastic style or whatever sandal, I get this little ring of sweat around my feet. And then when I go to bed at night, I don't want a dirty line around my feet. So you don't have, okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm a big baby powder guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's
All
what you think.
Wow, we all got a little closer there. Today is National Macaroon Day. I was not that much younger than I am right now when I found out there's a difference between a macaroon and a macaron. Anyone else know?
Oh, what's that?
I don't know.
So a macaron are like these little tiny sandwich cookies with filling.
That's not a macaroon?
And then the
That's what
macaroon
I
is
thought.
like these guys with the coconut.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I'm with you, Kyle.
That's what I thought what a macaroon was.
Thought it my whole life.
Huh.
Macaron.
Yeah.
O-N.
Why so close?
macaroon
We got to
with a
change
root.
that.
Yeah, they got to
why?
change
Change the
that.
name.
It just setting us up to look stupid.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Today is National Utah Day. Favorite thing about Utah? I'll start our headquarters. Thank you, Bonneville, for the job. Back to you. All right, what now, Jay?
I think they have a mall.
Probably.
Yeah.
Great nightlife. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Get yourself some Crumble Cookies now. Hi, Jay.
Hi. You mentioned him earlier today. It's a birthday today for Clint Eastwood.
I mean, that's...
I think he's 90.
Oh,
No, he's 93.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 93. I mean, it's all on social media.
He's really old. Wow. I was going to go 80s, but he looks 90s.
I would have guessed 90.
Well, we do have a correct answer.
I think it's Kyle.
It is Kyle.
That's
all right. Happy
That's on
birthday
social
to
media.
Brooke Shields.
Oh, Brooke Shields. This is a tough one.
Is that Brooke
Scott's mom.
Shields or Brooks? Okay.
You have a different thought?
She was a little before me, I think, but I will tell you that was one of my first little kid crushes.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? Brooke Shields is 58.
Nah, she's older.
Is she really?
64.
Ooh, you took mine. I'll go 63 then.
I'll go 67.
59.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I honestly thought she was. Yeah.
Wow, that means I'm old. She's been around like 50 years,
Yeah.
I feel like, you know?
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Oh,
Wolf's
loved him in
brother.
Anchorman. Colin Farrell.
53.
He's a scary looking guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Colin's 56.
I'll say 55.
Say he looks old for 48.
47. James
Wow.
Close.
Really?
Lord,
On the money.
Older. Wow.
Former Raider, briefly, longtime Packer, Jordy Nelson.
George. Jordy's 39.
44.
Yeah, I was going to say 40. I'll go 45.
Chris?
I'll say 41.
Carmichael Dave, 38.
Yeah. I feel like yeah.
He's younger than Aaron Rodgers.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Former dunk champion, Nate Robinson.
Why?
Jake
Now
Paul
I think
victim.
Nate Robinson. I think I'm face down in the box.
Yeah.
I know. You should.
Really? Because I think him squaring up to Carmelo.
Yeah. it's-
I'm going to say
Is Nate-
36.
Yeah.
I was going to say 38.
38.
I want to say even 40.
40.
I'll say 37.
Oh, you guys are all over it. It's 39. for Nate
Oh,
Robinson.
wow.
Joe Namath.
Willie
Joe
Joe.
Namath, most overrated quarterback in NFL history.
Agreed.
Willie Joe Namath is 78.
Say it's the big 80, 80.
Nah, he's
I think he's
so
old.
I'll carry the one.
I'll say 84.
I'm going to go 76.
We have a correct answer. Jay Mars, 80.
Ooh.
Wow.
Joe Namath.
Joe Namath is 80. That's going to hurt a lot of people
Yeah.
today.
Let's end with, let's see. Let's go with Kenny Lofton, the baseball
Dave's just
player.
looking up pictures of
Oh,
Brooke
the
Shields.
baseball
I'm trying to find it.
He's just like,
Kenny Lofton, no relation to the kid with Memphis. I thought
no,
it
I
was
think,
too.
is there not?
I thought there was, but
No
there-
relation to Kenny Loggins either.
No, 9. Kenny Lofton,
54.
Cleveland Indians. Kenny Lofton. That's a good guess. Dude.
Giants legend Kenny Loggins.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say 55.
I think he's younger. I'm
Yeah.
going to say
I
49.
hope you're right.
I'll say 47.
56.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow, Kenny Lofton.
Okay, Kyle and Chris are
Stunk
coming
up
up
that
next
one.
for everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Including Kenny Lofton.
Light the beam. Bye now.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with